Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Today is currently a Sunday, and we're doing some more Devil's Playhouse. Hello? Did I mess anything up this time? You're currently muted.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. I am so stupid.
At least one step needs to be missed. I don't know. I specifically made sure that the Snap channel was muted this time around. And then, like, it unmuted itself, and I was just like, what the hell are you doing?
Uh,
I don't know. Discord!
Discord.
Discord.
Yelling at the moon. How, what is it?
Back at the moon.
No, is it Discord? I'm howling at the moon, sleeping in the middle of a summer afternoon. I haven't heard that song in so long.
Oh, shoot. Is that, like, what the heck is that?
It's a song. You don't know? There's a song called Discord.
No, I have not heard that.
It's really, really good. It was, like, super viral, like, many years ago.
I just know that, like...
It was written about the My Little Pony character, but, like, you wouldn't really know that unless somebody told you.
Oh,
but once you hear it and you know that, you're like, oh, I get it, yeah. It's just a really, really good song on its own, and that's why. People are like, it's like a cool song that's getting shared around, and people are like, wait, this is about My Little Pony character?
Well, I remember, actually, funny enough, Discord as, like, a My Little Pony character, around the time that, like, My Little Pony was really popular, that's when Discord started, and I remember a lot of people were associating the name Discord with My Little Pony. So a lot of people were just like, is this, like, a My Little Pony like, is My Little Pony, like, messaging system? What is going on here?
No, apparently Discord went through a bunch of names. They sometimes give you, like, trivia when you load up the app, and they're like, well, before we decided on the name Discord, we considered the name Wyvern, and I'm like, that's kind of a cool name. I don't know why you didn't pick that.
That sounds freaking awesome, man.
That would have been a cool name. That would have been pretty cool.
Wyvern. That sounds like
Wyvern.
Firefox's, like, you know, chat app alternative. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I also have I have an OC, a mad scientist named Dr. Discord, and people are, when they hear that, they're always like, they think I'm an ex-brony, and I'm like, I never liked MLP except casually. I actually did name him after the app.
I like when it comes to My Little Pony, that's one of those, like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, that's fine too. Like, I shrug, and I'm just like, it's an okay show. I saw, like, 1 or 2 episodes, and I'm like, this is pretty good children's entertainment. Okay. Like, I don't got any beefs with it at all.
Mm. It was good. I understand why it became, like, I'm still kind of, I get that it was a popular show, but the fact it got, like, a Star Trek size, like a Harry Potter, Star Trek, Star Wars size fandom with, like, its own dedicated conventions, like, that's the part that's still, like, that's insane to me. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. The internet memes, like, they take things very far.
It's crazy. Like, it was a damn good show. Like, Lauren Faust, like, really wanted to be like, I'm gonna make My Little Pony actually good. And, you know, like, a thing that people will, like, the people, like, won't be ashamed to like it. And she did, and it was awesome. And then, but I don't know, man, especially because in 2010, because it came out in 2010, and 2010 was, like, such a renaissance era. That was when Adventure Time, that was at the beginning of Adventure Time, regular show. Gravity Falls was 2 years later in 2012. The early 2010s were just, like, this crazy period for animation of just, like, all these amazing shows coming out and, like, you know, becoming, like, some of the best stuff for the whole rest of the decade. And the fact that My Little Pony ended up among that and, like, almost kind of transcending all of that is just, it's still wild to me. Like, it's a great show, don't get me wrong. I just wonder, like, what exactly was it about MLP that got it to that level? I don't think I'll ever quite know.
It's so weird to think of My Little Pony as being 15 years old.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
or, you
yeah,
know, My Friendship is Magic, rather. I know it's been around for a lot longer than that, but...
Yeah. Yeah. I actually did a college essay for an animation history class. I did a college essay on like, comparing a My Little Pony series from the 80s to Friendship is Magic. This was back in, like, 2013. and I also compared there a Pac-Man cartoon from the 80s and the show Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, which I still stand by was freaking amazing and never got the love it deserved.
I didn't know there was a Pac-Man show that was in the 80s.
Oh my god, it's great.
Huh.
It's very weird. Like it's like this really weird mix of like not taking itself seriously at all, but also having like the most insane lore that you've ever heard in your life.
Pac-Man lore?
Yeah, the lore was crazy. The lore was insane.
I thought lore was waka 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 eat dots.
Oh, they made new lore. The new lore is that okay, so there's the planet of Pac World, and the president is this guy, and he has a why is my tracking dead? Hello, sorry, my tracking is again I'm not in my regular streaming room, so my tracking's weird. Sorry about that. So okay, the president is the Pac World has a president, but his brother has always like been in his shadow for like his whole life. Like the president was like the cool one, and like everybody liked him, but his brother, like everybody hated his brother. So his brother got all pissed off and started a war. Implied to have been. How he started it was he got into necromancy. This is implied, and so he started resurrecting ghosts and using them in his army, and then they lost the war, and so what they did was then they all got captured and executed as war criminals, and then they became ghosts, and then got locked up in the netherworld. And so then the show starts like 15 years later. Pac-Man is actually the son of the Pac-Man in the show is the son of the original Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man. And they died in the war. And so their son is the new he's like the new, so it's like that follows their son. And then he accidentally unleashes the ghosts out of the netherworld, and then that's the show.
What the fuck?
It's insane, and I love it.
I'm listening to this plot, and I'm just sitting here being like, okay. And when does the Large Hadron Collider like send us into eternal slumber?
Wild.
Holy freaking crap!
Love what they do, and the characters are so much fun. The villain is the best part. The brother that I mentioned, he's like he's like the Lord of the Ghosts now, and he's just like the funniest fucking dude. He's so great. He's got a great design. His voice actor is amazing. The character is just really, really fun, and like it's a perfect mix of like really silly and really intimidating. And I love what they do with the 4 ghosts too. The 4 main ghosts, Inky, Blinky, Pinky, Clyde. First off, their designs go so hard. Look up the designs of them in that show. They're so good. And they actually gave them all like really fun personalities, and kind of made them like double agents. So they're working for the bad guys, but they don't actually have anything against like Pac-Man and friends. So they're kind of like, being like double agents and kind of helping Pac-Man when they can, because they don't actually they don't actually have anything against him, and they don't particularly like the leader of the ghosts either. So it's really fun. The show was really fun. It was so great. It had really weird, crazy lore. Actually like fun characters and storylines, and I'm just forever upset that people hated it, so it never got a 3rd season.
Oh, Pac-Man Ghostbusters? Is that what it is?
I rant about Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures before we do. That's completely unrelated to anything.
Was the show made by Hanna-Barbera?
The one from the 80s was.
Okay. Because I found
the new one is it's so funny. The new one is, there's an argument, you can make the argument that the new one, the one I was just talking about, is an anime, because a large part of it was produced in Japan. It was only written storyboarded and voice acted in Canada, but then everything else was done in Japan. And
okay, so I see Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde, but like there's a 5th ghost here. Who the heck is that?
I don't know.
And also, what kind of vehicle are they sitting in? What is that?
What?
I don't know.
What are you looking at?
I got an image on the screen on stream. So I don't know if you can see it or not.
I can't.
Dang it. Okay, give me a second. I'm just gonna copy and paste
Dump
this
it in our,
into...
yeah, dump it in the little chat thing.
I'll dump it into the Discord. There we go. That's the image that I'm looking at.
Oh yeah, that's from the. Oh yeah, that's from the '80s show. Yeah. So in the '80s show, the Hanna-Barbera one, the Inky, Binky, Plinky, and Clyde were all guys. So they added a fifth ghost. I think her name is Sue. She
What
was
the
in a
heck?
couple of things. Yeah. Which
Pinky
is
wasn't the girl?
Yeah. And then in the new one makes more sense. The new one has Pinky as a girl, so. And she's actually one of the best characters in the show. Pinky's probably like my second favorite character in Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventure. She's hilarious. I love her. She's kind of a crazy bitch.
Awesome.
I love that show. It never got the love it deserved. Everybody thought it was just really dumb and cringe, and they didn't get it, man. You had to have a very high IQ to understand Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures.
You have to have a very high...
I'll die on that hill.
Yeah, of course. Hey, Phoenix Goddess Queen, how's it going?
Hey, I'm just stalling talking about Pac-Man.
Which is funny because we're actually late. So like no stalling needs to happen.
We should really get started. I'm sorry about that. I had something going on and so I was a little late.
Nah, that's totally fine. I actually I ran into a situation where I didn't know what I wanted to eat for dinner, so I just like ran out and grabbed something real quick and then came back. So, yeah,
that's fair.
Probably good that we were delayed a little bit. And now the food is kind of settling in my body, and like, God, it's kind of one of those like, I want to go and take a nap now. I had a nice sandwich.
All the time. We were talking about Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, which was a Pac-Man cartoon that I unabashedly loved, that everybody else hated, and so it never got a third season, and also season 2 was kind of crappy. Season 1's amazing. Season 2 has its moments, but like, it's not that great. And yeah, so it never got a third, and most people kind of remember it as just like, if they remember it all, they're like, yeah, that was a thing, and it was kind of stupid and cringe, but it wasn't. I swear it was great.
I wasn't even aware that Hanna-Barbera made a Pac-Man series, but like, it makes a heck of a lot of sense.
The new, like I said, the new one was like a bunch of different studios, and there's an argument to be made that it was also an anime because most of it was produced in Japan, and season 2 actually aired in Japan before anywhere else.
Your chat's delayed.
Oh.
I mean, how delayed are we talking? Are we talking like 5 seconds, 10 seconds? That's kind of normal when it comes to Twitch, especially if you're using mobile, because mobile sucks.
I rarely people say that, but I have rarely had trouble with Twitch Mobile. I use Twitch Mobile all the time. It's usually pretty fine. It's usually fine.
I think it's just a case of like, depending on where you live and what kind of hardware you have, Wi-Fi might not be the best thing. And like, it's a little bit more consistent to have good Wi-Fi and good connection if you're working off of a computer. Don't know how to fix it. At best, refresh your browser or refresh whatever device
your browser
you're using.
or your Wi-Fi. Sometimes if my connection is kind of bad, the Twitch chat acts up, so.
All right. I say we should move into some Sam and Max. Arm,
yes,
what are you doing?
Finally. Finally. This is my favorite episode of this season.
You were mentioning that. 10 seconds, that's unfortunately kind of normal.
Yeah. That's
especially since I don't have any low latency mode stuff set up on the server, or no, on the stream rather. I used to, but then I kept on running into internet troubles, and I eventually just said, you know what? Screw it. Everything's standard. Nothing's experimental. I'm done. I've had enough.
Yeah, 10 seconds is like is pretty standard delay. Oh, and you're on mobile too, so yeah, that could also be a factor.
Yeah, that too. All right, let's turn on the game audio, head over to the game tab. Yahoo, boys.
Yahoo!
Your favorite chapter, you say?
Yes, this is my I don't know. Sometimes it's really hard to pick between 4 and 5, but if I really got to twist my arm, I'm gonna say 4 because it introduces my darling husband of 14 years, Dr. Norrington, like officially.
Right.
Who you'll finally get to meet. I'm so excited for your reaction to see
husbando.
to see him. Yeah. because he might not be what you're expecting, but he
Oh yeah,
also might.
I forgot about
But also know
the
but
funny
if you
sequin
know
pants.
me, which I think you do by now, Bit. You might be like, no, I'm not surprised at all.
I guess we'll see. I'm gonna press episode 4.
Let's go.
I was about to say something about smelly
I
city,
can't
but
believe you
then Stinky
fired
showed up.
Sal.
Of course I did, you conniving banshee. I can't have my food prepared by a 10-stone cockroach.
That's racist.
Wait, what?
We're
closed.
You better tell them that.
Oh dear God.
Who knows what horrible truths lurk behind the tinted windows of our neighbors' souls? Our intrepid heroes certainly don't. They're just relieved to find
that
a
one get up
safe
there?
harbor from the half-naked horde that has pursued them since their stirring defeat of the mad pharaoh Samun-Mak. But soon, you and the freelance police will be forced to throw open the creaking shutters and clumsily draw back the moldy curtains to reveal the awful secrets that lie beyond the Alley of the Dolls.
Are you on like Wi-Fi or mobile? That's what I want to know, Phoenix.
Phoenix said she's watching on her phone.
Right, and that's what I'm wondering. Just like Wi-Fi or mobile data?
Yeah.
This is starting to sound like mobile data.
Man.
Bassoon.
I could watch this intro a million times. I love it so much.
The devil's lettuce. I mean, what?
So, after I put Max's brain back in his body, we were suddenly beset by scads of brain-dead simulacra.
I prefer doppelgangers.
We thought all they wanted was that spooky toy box, but after they yanked it away, they turned their attention on us.
Actually, I think they were mostly interested in me.
No.
We ran for the DeSoto, but it had been surrounded by a gang of me's.
So naturally, you came here.
Better to stock up on canned foods and ammo for the upcoming zombie Armageddon.
I don't think they're zombies, Max.
Zombies, clones, robots, who cares? Just as long as I get the shakes!
Oh, this
Looks
is a
like
nightmare.
it's time to boil the haggis.
Where did you get a shotgun?
I think it's been ready. I think he's had it the whole time. He's just looking for and he's just been looking for an excuse to use it.
Tell me you've got a
Is
way
this the
out
start
here,
of
Sam.
like Telltale's Walking Dead like trilogies and stuff?
Oh, we wish. Maybe then Telltale will still be in business.
Oh, I want to hold on a second. Chat up General Skunk Ape.
Hey, Donkey Wong, want to pitch in and help us repel the hordes?
No. What happened to General Skunkape?
Sam happened!
According to Max, I beat the bananas out of him in an alternate reality, which has left him a humiliated husk of a man, or ape.
Don't hurt me.
Of course, being chased by hundreds of half-dressed versions of the new alpha male in town can't be helping either.
Skunk Ape has been traumatized.
That's great. I love that. Okay. Well, what are you doing, Stinky? What?
Stinky!
Oh, good. It's the harbinger of doom.
What do you think the deal is with all these dangerously handsome simulacra?
Doppelgangers.
I guess clones.
Really?
Or maybe parallel universe commandos, or pastry golems, or maybe I don't really care since it's not really my job to figure this kind of thing out.
I see that you and Grandpa Stinky have reached the plate-throwing phase of your relationship.
Oh, that? That was nothing. Grandpa just fired my chef, without consulting me first. I was slightly annoyed.
Who wouldn't be?
But you know what they say, there's nothing like being attacked by an army of portly abominations to give you a sense of perspective.
Do people really say that?
I could see that family.
I
They
absolutely
definitely
would.
both have autistic vibes.
Why did Grandpa fire Sal anyway?
That's a private matter between me and Grandpa, for the moment.
Roach racism.
Roach racism, yes.
Sorry I broke your boyfriend.
Boyfriend? What boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend.
You know, General Skunky. You two seemed to be getting along pretty well before Max and I kicked him into the penal zone.
Scoon
Ha!
Pape?
Anyway.
He's not my boyfriend. I mean, just look at him.
No. Poor
He's
Skunk
pretty
Puppy.
pathetic.
I got a wacky idea. Why don't you help us fight off the Sams?
Your personality alone could probably take out a dozen of them in one blow.
For your information, I'm trying to text the authorities for some help.
Right.
So I was about to say, why would you text the authorities? Then I had to shut my mouth because there's actually plenty of reasons why somebody would text the authorities. You know, in the event that you needed to, like, contact the authorities, but you couldn't say anything out loud
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of ways to like
Texting the-
contact the, helplines and police and
Authorities?
stuff without,
None
actually
yet,
being on the
but
phone.
I'll be sure to let you know if I make a breakthrough.
You do that.
I
think
feel
she
like in
made
this
it.
circumstance, you probably should just call them.
Well, I can see you're busy. I'll just get back to saving our lives.
Hey, good luck with that.
Okay, Smokey. So what do we got in here? Plunder pile of peanut butter balls.
Individually wrapped balls of peanut butter?
Aye. Ever since Mrs. Dolagi went up like a pufferfish, my namby-pamby malpractice attorneys have forced me to dole out my peanut butter in strictly controlled portions.
I didn't even know diners could have malpractice attorneys.
I got me some peanut butter.
No more Sam's.
Even if they do, I'm surprised Stinky has one.
Interesting. Okay. Turn on the radio to try and drown these guys out.
Hey, good idea. Maybe we can turn this horrific siege into some sort of half-assed rhythm-based minigame.
Anissa, hello!
Portly dog-like creatures are running amok. Details at this time remain sketchy, but we have numerous reports that the Zoftig canines are breaking into people's houses and stealing their children's toys.
Not yet, we're just being accosted by Sam clones.
Whoa, ease off, big fella. I'm pretty upset about
An army of
Zaftig
Sam
crap,
clones
too,
are
but
attacking
that's
the
no
city.
reason to go ape.
Yep.
Smooth, Sam.
This infernal city stripped me of my power and my dignity, but I'll be a Polarian babooch before I let them have the last of my toys!
Hey, the monkey's gonna do a card trick.
I don't think so, Max. Those look like the mind-reading cards we saw in that chilling vision of the future that never happened.
Oh, yeah. Gimme.
Give them to you? Hardly. With these cards, I will escape this gorilla-forsaken rock, blast it from orbit, and then move on to conquer the rest of the entire galaxy. Toys, toys,
toys.
No!
Oh, Jesus. Throw them, throw them, throw them, throw them, throw them!
Yep.
Thank God.
Wow, that was horrible.
Well, goodbye, Skunk
Maybe
Ape.
we should have done something.
Ah, he'll be okay. Now let's start reading some minds so we can get out of this
He
mess.
doesn't deserve our help anyway, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, how is reading minds going to help us in this circumstance? Like, I think we know exactly what the zombies currently want, and that's toys.
Well, I don't know.
Guard.
It's probably a good idea to... The girl Stinky is definitely hiding a lot of things, so reading her mind's probably useful.
Possibly.
Also, just reading people's minds is fun.
Look at all that beautiful dog meat. I'll be selling my special shepherd stew for months.
Tasty. What? All this shooting's making me hungry.
Peanut butter balls, that's what I want.
Peanut butter ball, yeah. Yeah, the mind reading is probably my favorite power. It's just a lot of fun.
Can you read my mind? Do you know all the things I'm thinking of?
Yes. Okay, I cannot read the minds of all of the Sams outside. Probably a good thing, because that would, like, flood my mind very quick.
When no one's looking, I'll ditch these losers through my secret tunnel.
Stinky has a secret tunnel? When did that happen?
Don't you remember, Max? The secret tunnel under that table over there.
Oh, yeah. Now, where's that
Ah, okay. Toys, toys. Okay, well,
Back, ye infernal...
nothing stopping me
It's
from
the
doing
button
this.
that opens the secret tunnel into the sewers.
Less talky, more pressy, Sam. I've just about run out of amusing ways to shoot you in the face.
Open hickory.
We're not a smart bunch, are we?
Hey, Stinkies! What happened to your secret tunnel?
Secret tunnel?
I have
Secret
no idea
tunnel!
what you're talking about.
Okay, well, move some things, you idiot. Oh, okay, well, maybe we can't do that.
We know about the we know about your tunnel, Stinky.
Maybe we can have a chat with Stinky
Fess
then?
up. Fess up.
Stinky?
What?
What happened to the secret tunnel?
Secret tunnel?
You know, the one under that table over there.
As usual, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Seriously, how come your secret tunnel doesn't work anymore?
Seriously, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I can see you're busy. I'll just get back to saving our lives.
Hey, good luck with
It's
that.
so sus. All the time. Every day.
Absolutely sus. 100% sus. Okay, well, now that we've checked the radio, let's go check the insert
Let's see
coin
if we can
jukebox
cheer up
thing.
this terrifying attack with a random selection from Stinky's hot wax dispenser.
You are aware that there's no actual records, CDs, or wax cylinders in there, right?
What the heck do you mean? There's at least 3 up here. They're decorative, but you know. Okay.
She's not telling you what you want to know, but maybe she's thinking
Gape
it.
at menacing arms.
Do my arms really jiggle like that?
Nah, your arms have a charming water balloon look. These guys are strictly turkey waddle territory.
Wow. Nice.
Max,
No time for clue-laden banter now, Sam. If we're gonna get out of this alive, I've got no choice but to repeatedly blow your brains out with bullets!
Metal. Let's talk with older Stinky.
Grandpa Stinky?
Do you mind? You're spoiling my aim.
Oh, you can talk
What
to
do
him.
you
I
think
forgot
this
about that.
unprecedented wave of me is all about?
Cares? I haven't had this much fun in years.
Yes, I did. It was great. It was probably my
Yeah.
favorite since episode 3.
Yeah, I watched it too, and I've also
3
been
minute-
I've been getting a whole bunch of the you know, the little bits and pieces from people about like you know, just like fan theories about where the plot's gonna go and all that jazz.
This day for years.
Oh, you haven't watched the first one? I recommend just watching the whole
Yeah,
thing. 'Cause
I recommend it. It's really good.
it's good.
Oh, right in the moosh.
What happened to your secret tunnel?
Secret tunnel?
You know, the one under that table over there.
If I had a secret tunnel, don't you think I would have used it by now?
Good point. We couldn't help but notice the girl Stinky started flinging plates at your head.
What did she think I was going to do when I discovered that she'd hired a giant cockroach to run my beautiful kitchen?
Well, your tolerance for cockroaches is well known, so I'm sure she probably thought,
Tiny cockroaches as customers, not 6.5-foot tall monstrosities lumbering about my kitchen, dipping their mandibles in the mayonnaise and spreading their disease on my crudités.
Crudités? Where? And what are those?
Mark my words, ken or no ken, that woman's up to no good.
we could...
Oh, wait, I didn't mean to click that. trapdoor.
You sure you don't know anything about a secret tunnel? 'Cause I could swear you were around when we found it a couple of days ago.
I told you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Boy, a whole lot of people don't know what
Just
I'm
get
talking
back to
about.
finding a way out of this mess.
Take your
Or at least
time,
they're not willing
I'm
to
having
tell
a
you.
ball.
What other, like, you know, psychic powers could I possibly use in this
You
situation?
got a bunch of stuff now. This is the episode where you get the most of the psychic powers. So you got the teleport, you got the shape shifting, you got the future vision, and you got the mind reading cards.
Let's see future
We
vision
got one more
stuff.
later too.
See what happens. Well, that didn't tell me much.
Sam looking very surprised.
Ooh, I'm gonna go try this puppy out on some doggies.
Terrifying.
You
I'm
heard me.
getting lagged.
Mr. S is
Sometimes I wish your future visions were a little more expansive, Max.
Shoot. And I can't... Okay, obviously, I can't check Max. Max is an enigma and cannot be future sought. Rhinoplasty... active teleportation. Could we all just get the heck out of here? No, we'd all be able to go to Stinky's cell. That's about it. Great. Let me try mind reading again. Maybe, like, it's a little bit different now.
when Wilfred and Brimley aren't looking. I'll escape through my backup tunnel.
Backup tunnel?
A backup tunnel!
Really? I was gonna go with paranoid or maybe silly.
Okay, where's that?
When this is over, my so-called granddaughter and I are going to have a wee talk.
Okay, where the heck's the backup tunnel? How many escape tunnels could you possibly have in one building?
Come on, you flabby gits. Come get a whiff of what the stink is cooking.
Let's see. Oh, treats from freezer.
Fudgy Freeze. The greatest combination of ice cream, fudge, and carob balls this side of the Mississippi. Must resist fudge. Nom, 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 nom.
Sam?
Sorry, Max. You know how I get whenever I get a Fudgy Freeze in my hand.
Could that have something to do with it? Because there's a ton of Sams and a lot of Fudgy Freezes. Let me see. Hey, I want money.
Robbing Stinkies would be wrong.
Yeah, we should wait until Friday night before they've cleared out the till.
Nice.
I'm so sorry, my internet just decided to be a huge jerk.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh, hello.
Really hope it's...
On!
Call for help.
Even if I did have any of the obscure currency used by Grandpa Stinky's phone, the lines are all jammed by panicked citizens. Dang it. Either that table's a lot sturdier than it looks, or my lookalikes really need to work on their upper body strength.
I'm gonna guess number 2. Well, shoot. I've got, like, peanut butter balls. Menacing arms.
Did she? I missed it. You read Girl Stinky's mind,
Yeah, it's
and
got
she
peanut
said mention
butter
the backup
dog
tunnel,
mouth. I
right?
hate it when
Yeah.
I do that.
Did she say how you activate it?
No? Okay, I got another peanut butter ball for no reason whatsoever.
Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I thought she actually said how to activate the backup tunnel.
Ah, won't try
Well,
that
let
again, will ya?
me try.
I know what it is.
Actually, hold on a second. She'll probably lie again. However, have a chat with her again.
Stinky?
What?
Backup tunnel.
Okay,
Oh.
Stinky. Where's your backup secret tunnel?
What?
You heard me. The backup tunnel.
I don't know anything about a backup tunnel.
That was a suspicious look to your right.
Come on, Stinky. Tell us where your backup tunnel is before Max runs out of bullets.
I never run out of bullets.
I told you I don't know anything about a tunnel.
Why do you keep looking over there?
Looking over where?
Well,
Hey,
All right. Just looking in this direction, so it's either like the jukebox or maybe the barrel.
These barrels would make great door jams, or weapons if they weren't bolted to the floor.
Maybe it does have something to do with the peanut butter balls. I don't know.
You can see what she's thinking again.
That is true. Oh, wait. Wrong.
Yeah, whatever all of us feel is just mind read
I
mind
don't know
read
how
someone or
Blah and Buzz
look at their
Buzz found
future.
out about my backup tunnel. But they'll never figure out that setting the toaster to incinerate will open it.
Those cards have peeled open Stinky's mind like a snarky, lazy onion.
Interesting. Okay. And you're holding back this information. Why?
Incinerate, eh? Yikes! Guess we'll have to do something about those Sam arms.
Maybe feed
know, for
peanut
a
butter ball
horrific
for a brief second.
Ew, it's got peanut butter dog mouth. I hate it when I do that. I don't think I'll be using that toaster until I get rid of some of those Sams.
Couldn't you just give him a chew toy or something?
Very funny, Left Brain.
Look around for anything else that you could give him, yeah.
Must control fudge. Oh, nom, 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 nom. I just
Aw.
can't resist those fudgy freezes.
Dang it. But what if I could? What if maybe I can?
Did you see what happens when when Sam eats the peanut butter? It's really cute.
No, I didn't.
Have Sam eat the peanut butter. It's cute. You use the item in the inventory. There's like a little use button.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Anyone got some duck?
I think I've got enough peanut butter right now.
Nom 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 nom. Okay. Let's see. Let me think. Me for real eating peanut butter.
It's hard to eat a popsicle with all peanut butter stuck
Usually
in your
this
mouth.
gravity.
So
Oh, that's true. Shit.
Rats.
okay, now you gotta.
That is
There you go,
very weird and funny.
I hope you guys
It's
love
really
this
cute.
as much as I do.
I love it when Sam does like actual dog things.
Let's get the heck out of here.
Name of Betty Crocker's knickers have you been doing to my diner?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I've had just about
Sam
all I
is
can
adorable.
stand, you indolent waste of DNA.
Say, you two wouldn't mind holding the fort while we go check out Stinky's secret passage, would you?
Indolent? Who do you think keeps this diner afloat, old man?
Great, thanks.
Nom 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 nom. Peace.
Max literally piecing out.
I sure hope the Stinkies are able to work out their issues.
Not me. Watching them argue is like dinner theater, only without the...
Sweet mother of Watson and Crick gallivanting with Rosalind Franklin on a spiral staircase.
What the fuck? What kind of
Welcome to the
alien
clone
craziness is
chamber.
happening here?
Welcome to the clone lab.
Max,
Yeah?
I think we found the source of the Simulacra.
Doppelgangers.
Whatever.
Clone complete.
What the heck is Girl Stinky doing down here?
Ah. Oh no, no.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later, Nissa. Thanks for dropping by for a little bit.
Naked.
You missed your husband. Well, we haven't missed my husband. He's coming. We'll meet him very soon. The Pharaoh? Oh, yeah. I don't... No, we do see him again, but it's very, very brief in the last episode.
Toys, toys, toys. That's
Give that
strange.
back. What the fuck? This is strange. Max, what are your thoughts on this?
Little buddy.
That's sizest, Sam.
Any side effects from your recent debraining and subsequent body napping by a crazed Egyptian tyrant?
Nope. Still lovable and teeming with unexplained psychic powers.
You know, if late-night movies are any indication, your blossoming psychic powers are due to become a threat to all humanity any day now.
Don't be such a worrywart, Sam. If it makes you feel any better, I promise to take you with me when I merge with the Godhead.
Aw.
I wonder who's behind these simulacrums.
Doppelgangers.
Pipperwet, Stinky, Skunk Ape.
You think Paperweight's got anything to do with these Sams?
I don't know. Why don't we ask him? With extreme prejudice.
I agree.
Keep it real, little buddy.
That's not really my forte, Sam.
No, I keep it as obscure as possible. I keep it irregular. Okay, so that's where we came from. Wait, what the heck? Hold on a second. Hey! Ponder Curious Dispenser.
Look, Max.
Yep,
free
that's
health,
exactly what you
ammo,
think it is.
cupcakes, clues, and enlightenment. Oh, wait. It's empty.
Oh,
You
dang
can
it.
keep You can keep examining it though. There's multiple interactions for it.
Building it. Oh.
Do it again.
Oh my god.
Yep, keep doing it.
Upgrade it. Oh, come on. It's got to turn into something.
Don't worry, it will.
Takes a lot of hits. Oh.
Oh!
Ba-dang!
Bang! Bang!
Aw.
No! Tragic.
Oh, what the fuck?
Damn it!
Max,
Why couldn't
we're
we
not
have the
here for your
banang?
funny banana drink.
But why couldn't we have the banang?
Yeah, why not? There's got to be some water around here somewhere. All right.
Nice kitchenette.
You gotta love a mastermind who keeps the coffee flowing.
The white zone is for the loading and
There's another tunnel. Don't go that one. Don't go down that one yet.
Okie dokie. Well, I saw
there's-
that we came from this one, right?
No, you came from one on the yeah.
Oh,
That's
return
the
to Stinky's.
patchouli smelling tunnel. Patchouli smelling tunnel. Patchouli smelling tunnel.
I wonder
Sure.
what's down this tunnel.
There's only 5 or 6 ways to find out.
Well, let's take the one that doesn't involve explosives or time travel.
Spoil sport.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we had enough time travel last season.
Well, here we are, back in the Museum of Mostly Natural History. And look,
What?
Paperweight's office. Maybe he can tell us what's going on with all these Sams.
Huh, how about that?
It's locked.
Yeah, but at least there aren't a bicycle of eldritch tentacles guarding it anymore.
I don't think bicycle is the group word for tentacles, Max.
Just a minute.
Wait, you fool!
Oh, sorry. Oh, it's you.
We've got some questions.
Dr. Norrington and I could not give 3 rotten figs for your questions. We've got important work to do.
I love the way his voice
Good
actor
day.
rolls his R's.
But
It's so good.
I said
Oh, yeah.
good gay, sir.
Well, I never.
I hope that one day I could become just as good as at rolling my R's. There's a security panel here.
It's a standard security panel, tricked out with hieroglyphics instead of numbers.
And it's
Wonder what the
Bosco
key
text
code is.
somehow.
Aha! Rats! I thought for sure it would spell out King Butt.
I think Monsieur Paperweight's key code is going to be a little more sophisticated than that, Max.
You mean more like Emperor Gluteus Maximus?
No, I mean more like something we'll never, ever guess. Ever.
Actually, it is something you probably could guess, but y'all didn't think of that.
We're never getting
I
in
think they
there until
actually
we
say
figure out
something like
Paperweight's key
when
code.
you find it out, it's like we should have thought of that.
Oh, yeah, right.
A trash can.
My psychic clue sense is tingling.
You know I can't stand looking at you when you dig through garbage.
No time to indulge your delicate sensibilities, Sam. Look!
What is it?
Hey, I just find the clues. And besides,
I
seem to
can't
have temporarily lost my ability to read.
Oh, yeah.
Disturbing side effect of your psychic abilities?
Nah, I just can't be bothered.
That's true. So what do we got here? A resignation letter.
It's a letter from our old pal Sal, resigning from his job at the museum.
Should a 6-foot-tall
Ah.
cockroach really be putting himself out on the job market in this economy?
Maybe we should ask him. He left a forwarding number.
Sweet!
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay, you don't need to go and do that yet, though. You can get the password for to get into the Paperweight's office.
Okay. Well, I'm not 110%
He's in
sure.
the office.
What now?
He's in the office.
Oh, he is? Yeah.
Yeah. He just won't let you in.
Oh, what now?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You again?
If we could just...
He's there in the door.
We gotta get in there, Sam!
Why? I mean, other than the generic amusement of antagonizing people.
I think Monsieur Paperweight's mysterious boss, Dr. Norrington, is in there.
And?
And I need to thank him for helping me out against Salmon Mac.
We do need to thank him for that.
That is true.
Let's see. Foot, snake, squeakle, squeakle, bird. Done.
We probably should have guessed that one.
I told you. See, I told you they said it. It's like,
Still
yes,
remember
you
the
should have
code?
guessed that.
I'll have you know, I've got a mind
Oh boy,
like a
here we go,
steel
here we go,
tramp.
here we go.
Trap.
Really? Huh. A steel tramp would be a lot more fun in a bum fight.
Beep, 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 beep.
Ah! Don't look at me!
Oh, come on. You're not that ugly.
You don't understand. Human minds aren't equipped to comprehend.
Hey, Sam, there's a guy in here!
What the fuck?
I'm impressed. Most humans are driven incurably insane.
He's
by the mere
Cthulhu!
glimpse of my unspeakable visage.
Yeah, well, no offense, but we get more unspeakable visages in our convention swag.
So you're the mysterious Dr. Norrington?
I am known by many names. Among them, Yog-Sothoth, Elder Fiend of the Dark Dimension.
I'm so surprised.
Shocking, true, but not nearly as shocking as the horrific truths I suspect I must now reveal.
Ah, he's so beautiful.
Why do you have hearts? Oh, I don't know. Maybe because she's a weirdo? Perhaps?
I have hearts because look at my beautiful husband. Isn't he handsome? He's so perfect. Ah.
Cecil
So,
has a
Bit,
very specific type of
Bit,
husband.
Are you surprised or are you the opposite of surprised?
I'm partially surprised and partially not surprised. I don't like how moist it looks.
You and Paperweight seem to know a lot about that devil's toy box that everybody keeps stealing.
The Devil's Toy Box. Ha! You should be so lucky.
What are you talking about?
The toy box is of a power far greater than that of your primitive gods and devils. It is the property of my grandson, Junior.
Junior?
Yes, Junior. The youngest and most horrible of the
This guy
elder
looks so
gods.
fun.
His birthing wail shattered the supercontinent of Pangea.
Maybe
His
maybe
first steps
Cthulhu.
sunk the proto-civilizations of Subarctica.
Junior?
In an effort to stop my rampaging grandchild from destroying the Omniverse, I brought many of my precious childhood keepsakes over from the Dark Dimension to keep Junior distracted and entertained, as well as a box to contain their frightening power.
Junior?
Unfortunately, when the
sake.
elder gods were banished to the
Max,
Dark
please.
Dimension, Junior's toy box was lost during the move. And in the millennia since, he just will not stop whining about it.
Junior?
It's a lot scarier if you've got the requisite complement of larynxes to pronounce it correctly.
Okay, so our mission now is to get our hands on that toy box, get it back to Junior, make sure that the end of the world doesn't happen.
No, maybe not. Maybe don't do that.
Or no? No, Junior should
No.
not have all the toys in the toy box?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, if you talk to Norrington more, he'll explain that. He'll explain.
Yeah.
So why have the 1.5 of you been trying to get your hands on the toy box all these years?
To destroy it!
But why? It's got all those cool toys that make my brain tingle and my ears all fuzzy.
The toys of power were never meant for mortal hands. For the sake of all that exists, they must be returned to the toy box and annihilated.
The brain fuzzies is a tumor, Sam and Max.
You're not gonna take my toys, are you?
Not yet. Your chaotic mastery of the toys of power may yet prove useful in defeating the master of these blasphemous portly canines.
Hold the phone. You're Yog-Sothoth, the world-shattering elder god?
You look like something my non-existent cat coughed up.
Curb your tongue, rabbit!
Rude.
No,
Curb your tongue,
no,
indeed.
Paperweight, the naked one is right. This debased form is a pathetic shadow of my
The base
former
nothing. You're
glory.
adorable and beautiful.
Long before the
love
dawn of
love
man,
yourself,
my
darling.
kind
Love
was
yourself.
sovereign over this dimension and countless others. We welcome the development of sentient life, drinking
Hey,
deeply
me.
from your bottomless wellsprings of terror, and also your succulent hairy flesh.
Ew.
Oh,
For
that's
untold
hot.
eons, we lapped at the perpetual buffet of your horror and worship, until powerful forces rallied to drive us back to the Dark Dimension.
Horses?
Primitive hybrids somehow impervious to our powers. You know them as mole men.
Get out of here.
Hey!
Yes, that's exactly what they ordered us to do.
Mole men are immune to elder power. Fun fact.
All right. Well, that's good to know. And also, like, I think it now makes sense why it is that, you know, he's lived for hundreds of years. And, like, you know,
About 100
imperviousness.
Yeah, about 100 and he's probably around 150 years old at this point.
Right. He happens to have a Norrington just, like, stuffed in his chest.
Yup.
So-
When Paperweight tried to summon Yog-Sothoth, it didn't quite work right. So what happened was Yog-Sothoth basically got stuck inside him.
I could think of worse faces.
Me too.
You know,
I-
it's a lot harder to take you prehistoric elder gods seriously.
I wouldn't mind
now that
one
I know
bit,
were
as
banished
you
by
can
a bunch
tell.
of mole men.
Scoff if you must, but the mole people were much more powerful before they were genetically marginalized by the cruel twists of evolution.
Just like Uncle Billy.
Huh?
Yeah, mole men like used to be cool apparently, but they're long past their prime though, sadly. Or maybe not so sadly.
I just found out one of my friends, Ship Snatcher and Vanessa, I hate it.
Some people want the
I
Vanessa redemption
mean-
arc. I'm not one of those people, but they do them.
They don't need to, yeah, they don't need to get back together. But it's not far-fetched. You know,
I'm
they
not-
were
I'm not
kind of in a
a
relationship
train,
before.
but you know, people can do what they want.
Right.
So, should I call you Yog-Sothoth or Norrington?
Call me Dr. Norrington. When uttered by your mortal tongues, my true name sounds disturbingly like our term for number 2.
You should hear him say nuclear.
Do you know anything about all these handsome brutes that are stealing toys throughout the city?
The clones are meaningless.
And chubby.
Hey,
But if they are truly stealing toys, then their master may be attempting to gather a complete collection of the toys of power.
Collect all 1,024. Impress your friends.
And destroy
It's like
the
Pogs!
entirety
No.
of existence as we know it. You've already borne witness to the damage that can be wrought when the Devil's Toy Box is mostly full. If the
Yeah,
box is
that's why I'm not
completely
really into that
engorged,
idea
its
either.
power will tear down the walls of reality itself.
I love how this prompt changed to Dogglegangers.
So,
Yeah,
aside from
it's a
tearing
great-
apart
it's a great
reality,
running bit.
anything else you think we should know about the Plague of Me?
Only that they should seriously consider a gym membership.
How?
Everyone keeps calling Sam fat. It's so mean.
Jesus, he's fine. You know, he's not like morbidly obese or anything.
No, Sam is perfectly sized. Sam is perfectly friend shaped.
Could do with a treadmill, bud.
I kid.
I didn't see Sal out there.
Ah, yes, poor Sal. He resigned after the incident with General Skunkapi's men.
Any idea where he is
I even
now?
meant in quotes.
I'm sure he left a forwarding number in his resignation letter, but I'm afraid I've lost track of it. I have a lot on my table right now.
Well, I happen to have that, so hey.
Sure you don't know where Sal is?
No, but you're welcome to have a look around.
So how did gigantic behemoth of an elder god like you get stuck in panty waste anyway?
Napier, wait!
Silence! Several decades ago, Monsieur Paperweight foolishly attempted to
Mr.
summon me
Bossy!
to this
Oh, his drawings are so cute.
Yeah, we, may have heard something about that.
Paperweight's infantile conjurings were doomed to failure, but the uncanny power of your grandsire's brain somehow managed to extrude an infinitesimally tiny fraction of my essence into this dimension. It became fused with Paperweight's unsettlingly hairless and ladylike torso.
We've spent the better part of a century trying to retrieve the toy box and send the great Yog-Sothoth home.
And we would have
Norrington, darling, are
succeeded
you
last
calling
night
Paperweight a
if you
femboy?
hadn't lost your temper over that slobbering space ape.
Sorry about that.
I think he just called him a femboy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it's just like,
Probably have more
yes,
questions
very
later.
slender
Your
torso man.
kind always does.
You gotta look around the room because there's a whole bunch of stuff you can look at now.
Poke.
Decorate tin and paper, right?
Paperweight must have used this antique privacy screen to help protect his horrible squiddy secret all these years.
We also used it to perform psyche-destroying shadow puppet shows for the kiddies.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Let's see. There's the.
There's the thing on the wall. There's the journal. There's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing on the desk.
Can we borrow this?
You most certainly may not. It is so fragile that the slightest breeze
Oh,
destroy
Junior
it.
is so cute too.
The
Junior,
scroll
my
is meaningless.
baby.
Chubby people are great huggers. I agree.
My baby.
I have been to many convention where there were like, you know, hugs that were being handed out by people.
There's a journal on top of the books.
There's the map.
There's a map. Journal is on top of the books.
Hey, Yagi, what's this map all about anyway?
Paperweight and I have been attempting to locate spots where the membranes between our worlds are the weakest, so that I can be sent home with as little fuss as possible.
That's awfully polite for an elder god who savors the taste of human misery.
Age has mellowed me.
He's so chill. It's like, oh my god, I'm in my throat. No, it's like, yeah. I'll talk. No, keep looking at stuff.
Okay.
I don't want to go on my
Cut.
my
Mind if we
gushing
take a
rant
closer
now.
look at your journal?
I promise to laugh at your
drawing is
bad
freaking
poetry
adorable,
and
oh my God.
schoolboy crushes.
No!
I'm afraid I must concur with my host. Paperweight's journal contains all the spells we'll eventually need to destroy the toy box and send me home.
There's
Nova is
also,
asking, hot sauce on chips or hot sauce on popcorn?
I don't like hot sauce in general. I don't like anything spicy. So, but you do you. I can't say because I'm not a hot sauce spicy kind of person.
I'm not massively into spicy myself either, but I think I would go with chips first. Myself. Chips!
Yeah.
Actually, that does
Okay.
remind me. I just recently picked up a limited edition version of Doritos, and it's like tangy. It's like twisted queso or whatever the heck.
Oh,
Gotta say,
wow.
it's a lot less interesting than it sounds.
I tried guacamole Doritos a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, why are these spicy? Guacamole is not typically spicy unless it's like a special spicy guacamole. Like standard guacamole is not spicy. So I don't know why guacamole Doritos are spicy. I was really disappointed.
Can I show the bag? Well, give me a second. Twisted queso Doritos. I'll go and grab it real quick. Phoenix says, I honestly see what you mean about Norrington.
Isn't he the best? Okay, so while Bit's getting the picture of his chips, I'm just gonna gush about Norrington for a minute. Okay, so my whole VTuber persona is I am the leader of a cult that worships an eldritch horror. The whole reason that became like a big part of my aesthetic, and I got into like Lovecraftian type stuff, was because of this game and because of Dr. Norrington. I just adore this idea of basically a lawful neutral elder god, or a great old one, eldritch entity, whatever you want to call them. Because the whole idea is he knows that mortals shouldn't be messing with the power of eldritch stuff. It's beyond their comprehension. It's beyond their understanding. It's dangerous to them, so he just wants mortals to not worship him and leave him alone so he can just chill in other dimensions with his family. And he loves his family, and he wants to make sure that, because the toys of power, literally what they they were children's toys made for eldritch horrors. And they belong to his grandson. They weren't meant for mortals. So he wants to make sure that they stop, screwing up reality, because they were not meant for anybody but his family to use. And I just think that's such a brilliant concept. And he's just such a fun
There's something honestly
character.
wholesome about that.
It's so good. It's so wholesome. Wholesome Lovecraft is that's like the whole reason, like my whole vibe is wholesome Lovecraft. and it's because of this, and it's because of Dr. Norrington. And 14 years now I've been madly in love. He's just such a wonderful character. I wish we had more of him. Like, the fact that he only shows up this late into the game, and we only get him, like, we got a little of him last episode, but, like, mostly he's really only present for this episode and the next one. It just makes me so sad that there was never anything like that. Like, there hasn't been a real, like, mainline Sam and Max entry since this, which was 15 years ago. So that's just why I pray, like, every day that, like, since Skunk Ape Studio did these remasters,
maybe if we ignore them, they'll go away.
that maybe, who knows, we might actually get Sam and Max Season 4 that's a direct continuation of this. Because I just really want to see the characters again, too. And this is also why I call Paperweight my son, is because I really like their whole relationship, too. You'll see more of it as the episode and the rest of the game goes on. But they have a very, like, found family kind of, Norrington almost being, like, kind of like his surrogate dad. And they annoy, like, the heck out of each other, but you can tell they really actually do care. It's just such a cute dynamic. I really do think that Norrington considers Paperweight like a son to him now. Especially because they've been stuck together for like a century. It's like...
From this angle, it looks particularly disturbing, though. Like, you can see right where the connection is between the two.
Yeah, it's a little freaky, but that's also why I like it. It's so freaky cute. It's like disturbing, but also adorable. And again,
I could just stand here and just stare at him for hours.
Yep. I can and have. And also, there's a stone tablet thingy over there on the chair that you should take a look at.
Stone tablet on the... Oh, yeah, right.
Can we keep this?
No, it will only distract you from your true goal. Besides, I like to gaze upon it for sentimental reasons.
Aww. There's some other stuff you can look at in the office, too. Like, I think there's a statue behind him. I think, statue... Yeah, there's a statue, bookshelf.
Look at the bookshelves. Oh, yeah.
Aside from the troubling tentacle face, old Yagi cut quite the figure back in the day.
Although the Egyptians possessed a limited ability to imagine my true form, they were spot on in their rendering of my six-pack abs and rippling pecs.
Oh, doctor!
I'm sorry.
Oh, Doctor. Oh, Doctor.
I love how, like, you know, like a god of everything, basically like an otherworldly being that has like power beyond our comprehension, and yet for some reason, like, six-pack abs is just universal. Also, here's that picture of those Doritos that I was talking about. Oh, whoopsies.
My favorite Broadway musical, Little Shop of Horrors. It's been Little Shop of Horrors for like ever, pretty much. And I'm a huge theater kid, so.
What's funny is that, like, whenever anybody tells me, like, asks me what my favorite, like, Broadway musical or my favorite, like, television show or movie or, like, something like that, oftentimes I like, it's not that I don't have a favorite, it's that my brain has, like, it's like I don't index them in my head, and I don't know why.
Aww.
It's strange. Like, I do have a favorite. It's just it takes me a minute to remember what I've seen and what I haven't. And I have seen Little Shop of Horrors, and Little Shop of Horrors is really good.
It's
just, you ask me on the spot what my favorite Broadway musical is, I completely seize up.
Aw. Yeah, I'm a theater kid. You're like a more of a tech geek.
Yeah. I'm a tech guy, and I mean, I also watched a heck of a lot of cartoons back in the day. So
same.
You know, I'd probably be better at doing cartoons and things like that.
Sometimes
like the other day, somebody asked what my favorite like cartoon was.
Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, you go.
No, I keep accidentally interrupting. No, you go ahead.
I don't know. One of my favorite cartoons is Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like,
same.
God, that show just feels super ridiculously timeless. It is so locked in this particular time and era. And it just feels like so many of the bits are still, like, plenty funny and entertaining even to this day.
Oh, yeah, it's aged amazingly well. And it's, like, one thing I've come to really admire about it is, like, it was a show that was, like, so exaggerated that just was never afraid to be just wacky and weird and exaggerated as much as possible. Like, it's a very, like, it's this really great mix of being really grounded and being really exaggerated. Because all it is just about some kids living in a neighborhood doing fairly normal things. But it's all, like, through this very, you know, wacky, uber cartoony, exaggerated lens, because, like, you know, the Ed will do crazy stuff, like, you know, with buildings and, you know, like...
It was always, like, they always had some kind of a crazy scam going on, and they had infinite amounts of cardboard and infinite amounts of, like, you know, like, marker and paint. And, like, the capability to build these incredible, ridiculous,
Yes, I know. Maybe if we ignore them, they'll go away.
Shut your mouth.
No, don't talk to my husband like that. But, also, you got the powers. Use powers on him.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Do it. It's a great idea.
Gaze not into the mind of an elder god, insect.
Yep, that's about what I expected what was going to happen.
Cease your intrusions into my host's mind.
Yep, that's about right. What about your future?
Oh no!
I don't know what that's about. And also, this angle in particular is, like, the most disgusting. Are they being
I
separated?
saw the Spirited Away live on stage. That was amazing. That was incredible.
A live on stage Spirited Away?
Oh my god, yeah. So there is actually a Spirited Away stage play that you know, had performances in Japan. And so what they did was for I guess it's one of those Fathom event things. I don't know if it was Fathom event or something like that. But there was like professionally made recordings of it. And then you could go and see it in a theater here in the US. As like a special event. So my theater was showing it and I did that. So you could go and, like, watch the musical, the stage play It was kind of a musical. It had songs. Like it just like in a movie theater, and it was incredible.
Neat. Apparently, Paperweight's never heard of the Dewey Decimal System.
Or dust rags.
Ah, cripes. A bunch of Sam clones are ghost riding the DeSoto out in the parking lot.
When were they cloned? 2005?
Oh my god!
Like that joke gets funnier with every. That joke is funny. That joke was hilarious in 2010. It's
all
even
the
funnier
DeSoto's
now.
presets to public radio.
No!
Why not public radio? Shut the fuck up.
Hey, Max, take a look. The clones are changing.
I think there's like some other thing on the.
I wish.
Beastly.
Actually, the great horned wallytucker was a rather gentle creature, subsisting primarily on bomb fronds and snot.
For the love of me, could you just turn it off for one single solitary minute?
Sorry.
Wow, holy shit. Okay, we've looked at the papyrus. I gotta examine the sheet. Oh, call for help.
Hey, Max, could you spare a few seconds to memorize Paperweight's phone number?
Okay, but my brain's getting awfully full. I might lose a few chapters of my poignant Inuit coming-of-age novel.
The trials of Kennelik the Awkward will have to wait for another day, little buddy. Cats. I hate those guys.
Hey, there's another musical. Undertale?
Oh yeah, the Undertale musical, which was a like a big. That's how I found Man on the Internet's production. Man on the Internet Productions.
Oh yeah, Man on the Internet. Papyrus is from. Oh yeah, right.
Because of the bones and the.
Examine papyrus. I wanted to make a papyrus joke, but I was just like, is that too obvious? It's probably too obvious. Let's return to the chamber. An Amazing World of Gumball AU? Oh. Okay, well we have returned to this hub.
Yeah. Back in the clone chamber.
Examine. Let's look at the important cloning pod thing.
What do you got in Sam's inventory
Max,
again?
look. Bosco Tech Clone Pod. This clone pod was manufactured by Mama Bosco.
You probably should have guessed by the hot pants they're wearing. Mama sure does love a nicely turned Sam Gam.
If Mama Bosco's the one controlling these clones, she's got a lot of explaining to do.
Should be a Miku musical. There are Vocaloid musicals that people have made, but there actually is a Hatsune Miku movie. It's based on the mobile game Project Sekai Colorful Stage. That also had a Fathom event, so you could actually see the movie in a theater, Japanese with English subtitles. And I went to that, and it was a lot of fun. If you don't play the game, though, you're gonna be really confused. Because it's very, very much based on the game. But it was really cool,
Wow.
and I do play the game, so.
By my reckoning, this cavern is deeper than Sean Penn, but shallower than Bono.
God damn it. Yeah, what's that all about? What the? I can actively look around in this. Hold on.
Yeah, you can.
Wow, I have pretty good vision in this game. Okay.
I wonder what that glowing hand does.
You have what you want. Now give them the air.
I don't know what that is, but it must be important.
How can you tell?
It's in the middle of the room. Diabolical masterminds always put their important stuff in the middle of the room.
It's true.
Yep,
It's
exactly.
in the handbook. It's in the
Is
Diabolical
that-
Mastermind handbook.
A coffee mug?
Yes, and unless my rarely utilized razor-sharp senses are wrong, it's full of herbal tea.
Ugh, what kind of laid-back monster sips soothing tea from faraway places while commanding armies of Sam clones?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like which character in this game would drink herbal tea. Nope, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay,
Okay.
there's another tunnel on the
Property of Hoover Dam.
Ghost of J. Edgar Hoover is raising an unholy army of sexually provocative Sam clones!
Good theory. Wrong Hoover.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't get over how big this cloning facility is. Clone cooker DNA input receptacle.
Whoa!
Yikes!
Oh,
Looks like our mysterious clone master doesn't want anyone messing with their cloning recipe.
okay. So it is some sort of Cthulian nightmare. Understood.
You could go and ask Norrington about
Phone
it.
facility systems nominal.
What is it?
A fog machine, a rubber costume, some more AV equipment like we found back in the subway.
Freaky. Anything useful?
Nope.
Yeah, let's go talk to Norrington and see, like, hey, tentacles from, you know, another world. Is that your doing, or is that somebody else being, like, evil?
So, Doc,
He's,
I've got a
he's
few
not the
more
only
questions.
Eldritch thing around.
Of course you do.
What do you have to say about all those creepy tentacles we found in the cloning chamber?
Tentacles?
Yeah, like the ones your boy Paperweight summoned in the museum last night.
Cthulhu's wattle!
Ooh, I'm using that.
Only one such as
And this
myself
spelled Cthulhu in the
can summon
subtitle.
the Cilia of Torment. Whoever's controlling your clones must be awash in the forces of the Dark Dimension.
Did you really just say awash?
The only thing that can properly vanquish matter from the Dark Dimension is the Chthonic Destroyer.
Ooh, can I have that?
What's the Chthonic Destroyer?
Is it pointy?
The Chthonic Destroyer is the ultimate psychic toy. A weapon so terrible that it was once used to drive the Elder Gods themselves back to their home in the Dark Dimension.
Ah, look, that mole man is smiting an army.
Why don't we hold on to this?
Sam's got a thing for illuminated manuscripts.
If it will help you find the Chthonic Destroyer, yes, of course.
Thanks. I'll try to keep Max from drawing dirty pictures in the margins.
Oh
Can the
yeah,
destroyer be used against those tentacles?
The Destroyer is proof against anything from the Dark Dimension. Me, the tentacles, the toy box.
Sam, we gotta get one of these things.
You'll have to find the hidden giggling realm of skittering ingestion if you wish to find the Destroyer.
What the heck?
examine the manuscript and you'll find out. And also, yeah, I've seen some videos of like weird things that have happened during performances of Beetlejuice with Alex Brightman. He's so good at improv. He like plays it off and does really, really funny things when stuff like that happens.
And lo, did Brother Acidophilus return in a flash of light from the giggling realm of skittering ingestion, armed with the Chthonic Destroyer. Though giggling and plagued with visions of skittering insects, noble Acidophilus smote the beasties from the Dark Dimension with the Destroyer. His enemies laid low. Acidophilus returned the Destroyer to the gibbering realm and resumed his peaceful life of molitude. Years later, he was eaten by a crazed beast.
That is the worst story I've ever heard.
I don't think they'd invented the three-act structure back then, Max.
I was just about to say, like, what does any of that have to do with anything?
It's actually all hints for a puzzle later.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. The Salmon Mac isn't in this episode, Novastar. We don't see him again. We only see him again very, very briefly in episode 5, which isn't this one, the next one. So sadly, Salmon Mac, or not so sadly, if you're not a fan of him, because of what he did. He's mostly only in the third. He's mostly only in third episode, unfortunately. So.
Tentacles.
Tentacles.
Extra virgin protein fluid. They're empty.
Yeah, that's what... as the bishop once... You know what's... I got nothing.
Protein fluid. Haha.
Check it out, Max. Cart tracks.
Maybe there's gold at the end of this tunnel. Or rare deposits of Cantgetium.
Or
You're a
creepers at the end
strange
of this
little
mine.
imp, Max.
I feel like having fire in a mine tunnel is a bad idea, but man...
Are we there yet? We've been walking for nearly a decameter.
I love your wacky made-up units of measurement, Max. Wait a minute. There's a light up ahead.
Oscotech?
What?
Something weird is going on.
Weird by our standards or everyone else's?
Mr. Molman, please concentrate. Without your assistance, we'll never be able to contact Dr. Mama Bosco.
No, we won't. You don't know what you're doing.
What's going down?
Some spooky things are going down.
Did Mama Bosco, like, ascend?
She's not here. We can't find her.
Super Ball, what the heck's going on?
Super Ball.
Mr. President, you're alive. I'm overjoyed.
I can tell.
You know, I'm realizing it's gotten... This is really meta all of a sudden. I'm talking to, like, you know, like, we've had a really weird journey from, like, Sam and Max in their own freaking, you know, in their own lane, not doing anything crazy, in their office, just, like, chilling and, like, solving crimes, to we're dealing with Cthulhu, an alien type of species, and we're trying to figure things out with, like, you know, a Secret Service agent who is currently attempting to try and summon the ghost of an inventor who has created a technology that is capable of creating clones.
Yep, that's why I love Sam and Max.
My brain hurts.
I love it.
That's not exactly in your bailiwick now, is it?
Okay, I'm just gonna stand right over here until I can shake off the memory of you saying bailiwick.
You are sadly correct, sir. As a medium, I'm more of an extra small. But it's desperately important that we make contact with the missing Dr. Mama Bosco.
Why?
I would think it's obvious, sir. The Sam clones. Her hands are all over them.
Ew.
Figuratively, sir.
Not that way. You're well aware of what he means.
Are you going to take another shot at summoning Dr. Mama Bosco?
Actually, sirs, I was thinking of leaving it to someone who specializes in weirdness.
Larry King is here?
I think he was talking about us.
Oh.
Do you know anything about these simulacra?
Gogglegangers.
According to the authorities, they're fanning out across the city in search of the remaining toys of power.
Remaining?
Yes, sirs. In the aftermath of the Salmon Mock incident, our crypto scientists estimate that there are only a few hundred TOPs extant, and they're scattered throughout the city.
Crypto?
What will happen once the Sam clones gather all the toys?
Nobody knows. A few experts believe that the person who created the clones will use the fully empowered Devil's Toy Box to psychically bring about a golden age of unity and harmony.
That'd be an unexpected twist.
But most of them concur that we'll likely be facing some sort of universal Armageddon scenario in which a horrific beast of unimaginable power reigns over the earth, and the living envy the dead.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, why aren't you back at the White House keeping that backstabbing Secretary of Health and Human Services away from my Cuban cigars?
I'm here to investigate the rampaging
Max
Sam
is still
clones and their
president, by
possible
the way.
connection to the
Yes.
so-called Devil's Toy Box, sirs.
What a coinky-dink. So are we.
Yes, sirs. Quite the coinkydink.
Coinkydink. It's an amazing word.
Hey, if you're here and I'm here, who's running the country right now?
I've taken the liberty of installing an amusing bobblehead figurine in the Oval Office. No one seems to have noticed.
Oh, I want to see I want to see video footage of that. I want to see a Family Guy cut off gag, and just seeing the bobblehead bobbling back and forth. Just be like, "Yay, he's a genius! 3 cheers for Mr. President."
That actually would be really funny.
What happened to Mama Bosco?
I'm not certain, sirs. I came here to investigate reports of illegal cloning activity, only to find Dr. Mama Bosco missing. I'm conducting a seance to bring her in for questioning.
Stay loose, Superball.
I always do, sirs.
So did she leave, or was she, like, taken somewhere?
We don't. She's disappeared, and we can't seem to find her. So what do you do when you try to find a ghost? You hold a seance.
Yeah, I guess.
Harry, you're alive.
Don't sound so disappointed.
Aw, don't be that way, Harry.
You cheated me out of millions of dollars and trapped me in a killer sauna. How should I be?
Sadder but wiser?
Very silly concept that there's a running gag for Sam and Max to fight over answering a phone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of
I
their
love a
old-
good, consistent gag.
What's with the seance?
Which is why I'm still a little bit sad about the fact that Kenny no longer dies every episode in South Park.
Oh man, yeah, that hasn't been a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, That's coincidentally, I did like the twist where it finds out the reason why Kenny dies every episode was because his parents were involved in a Cthulhu type cult.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that was like, damn.
I don't know. Ever since they moved over to making everything canon, they just, they've
gotten real
they
crazy.
phased
with
out
the
a
lore,
lot
and
of
I
stuff,
kinda,
and that was
I
one of
kind of
them.
vibe with it.
Yeah.
Super Dense over there wants to summon Dr. Bosco back to the lab for questioning, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
How so?
It's so obvious that he can't make contact with the spirit realms. I mean, he can't even get in touch with my recently deceased relatives.
Oh?
Why don't you tell us about those recently departed relatives?
Sorry, Sam, the memory's too fresh.
Fair enough.
I know what I'm doing a little bit later.
How'd you get out of Skunk Ape's ship?
I'm glad you asked. My incredible adventure began when I discovered a small crack in the back of my cell.
Second thought, never mind.
Sorry, Harry, we don't got time for that.
What do you know about these scary toy-stealing Sams?
Nothing.
But yeah,
Sure you want to stick with that answer?
Yeah, isn't that your tunnel that connects directly to the big old cloning facility?
That old thing? I haven't been down there in months. After Mama Bosco started using it to store crate loads of high-tech equipment, it kind of lost its rustic charm.
Think he's telling the truth?
Probably. Harry doesn't have the brains, brawn, or all-around competence to pull off a scheme like this.
You know, I am standing right here.
What sorts of high-tech equipment was Mama Bosco storing in your hole?
How should I know? She never tells me anything.
God, could you, reword that last sentence, Sam?
What happened to Mama Bosco?
I don't know. When I returned to the lab after my harrowing adventures on Skunkapi's ship, she was acting strange.
Strange?
Yes. She was distracted and wafted about the facility with an agitated nervousness that one would normally associate with a guilty conscience.
You got all that from the way she was wafting?
Well, that, and she gasped, "Oh no, it's all my fault," before she floated out of the building. No one's seen her since.
I was thinking that maybe, Mama Bosco is having a little bit of a paranoid episode that, only the Boscos can be capable of.
That checks out. I'd buy that.
Mama Bosco is?
Not a clue. That's why we're trying to hold a seance, to compel her to return.
Hang in there, Harry.
Do I have a choice?
Anyway, tell me more about your family.
Stupid Super Ball can't even contact Uncle Morty, and he's only been dead for a week. Stupid
Okay.
Okay.
I'm afraid the contents of my mind are classified, sirs.
Well, that was odd.
That's awesome.
Super Ball is a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
How they got Sam's DNA to clone him so much? Even just a tiny amount of it was probably enough.
It's just, he probably sheds a little. He probably sheds a little. Mama Bosco probably just picked up some hair.
I knew it! It's a miracle!
What the frick? Okay. Oh no, a single tear.
A single manly tear. Yeah. Seance.
Okay.
Let's do a seance. Break out the Ouija board.
Oh, this is rich. You think that you have the spiritual chops to summon Mama Bosco?
Hey, Sam's got more spiritualism in his pinky than the love child of the Dalai Lama and Mother Teresa.
Actually, I don't think I have a pinky finger, Max.
Let's begin, sirs.
Ghoulies and imps from a Black Sabbath song.
Give us a signal by banging that gong.
Yeah, talk to...
By banging that gong.
The dog has played poker. True.
Yes, that's true.
Harry Moman.
What?
The spirits wish to speak to you.
Oh, do they? And who, pray tell, wants to talk to me?
Your Uncle Morty.
Uncle Morty? Is it you? Talk to me, Uncle Morty. Talk to me.
Yes, your Uncle Morty. He has something important to say.
Oh, you can't do this yet. You can't finish this puzzle yet.
Ah, darn.
There's something else you need to contact Uncle Morty. Contact, quote unquote.
Okay.
You don't have it yet.
Mortimer, your nephew is waiting.
He needs a friend now since he's no good at dating. Hey!
The spirits have moved on.
Sure they have. I knew you couldn't talk to the dead.
Better luck next time, sirs.
Yeah, we need something else before we can finish this. I forgot about
Move
that.
the seance
So,
along. I have a midnight
you went
waxing in
through
a
all the
couple of
tunnels, but you also got Sal's number, and Max has the teleport power again. So,
Right. Yes.
you see what places you can teleport. Paperweight's
Sal's
office.
new job. I'm very
done.
curious about that.
Yep.
Sure.
Well, there's Sal.
And a bunch of doppelgangers.
Hope those Sams show more respect for our car than we do.
Just about as
That was
much.
awfully convenient.
It's the hat thief.
Sam?
It's the hat one. Yay.
Sam is out for vengeance.
Hey, look, Max. It's our old friend Charlie Hotep.
Ah, get it away! Get it away!
Come on, Max. He'll give you cool ventriloquism powers, just like your great-grandpa Maximus had in olden times.
Fine, I'll do it for the powers. But for the record, I want to make it clear that I find Charlie Hotep, like all ventriloquist dummies, completely creepy and disgusting.
So are you, but you don't see me getting skittish about it.
Charlie Hotep's such a good name too, because it's literally a toy that was used by an elder horror, so it sounds like Nyla Hotep. Just a cute detail.
That's cool. Alright, so I have the ability to throw my voice at people.
Corpulent dogmen swarm city.
Corpulent? The nerve!
I know.
Doughy would have allowed them to use a larger typeface and been alliterative to boot.
Alrighty. Anything else on the docks?
They're
There's two of them just having conversations.
just hanging out. They're just chilling.
Whoa. Statue of Liberty.
Is it me, or does Lady Liberty look a little off?
I'm sure she's had some work done, but come on! What 230-year-old public figure hasn't had a butt tuck or two?
I was thinking that the flame seemed to be out on Statue of Liberty. Or, I don't remember. Is that just something in the mind's eye?
I don't know.
Does the Statue of Liberty have, like, some sort of a, you know, a flamey thing at the top of it?
God, I don't remember.
I'm super curious about what I could potentially interact with here. It looks like nothing.
You gotta actually go to where Sal was.
Okay, very well. Wait a minute. Run willy-nilly down the street into the city.
We better not go out there. The city's crawling with clones.
More like jiggling and waddling.
Jesus Christ. How rude.
How rude.
Let's see.
Sal over there. Look up Sal.
Toys?
Or
Toys?
oh.
Toys.
Shoot or run?
Let's run. Toys. Toys. Toys.
Yikes!
Toys. Well, that was a harrowing chase
So I
down
can't
the clown
stomp
infested
into the
streets of
city that
city.
way.
And the
You
clones were
you
pretty
have
bad,
to get over to Sal. You have to
we finally
distract the
lost
clones.
him.
Gotcha. And I'm guessing the ventriloquism dummy is exactly what I need. So throw voice behind warehouse door.
Attention, and dog clones. Bluster Blaster has many toys of power deep within his encasement, and you cannot have them.
Toys. Toys?
I didn't actually realize that was an option.
Really?
I guess because people want to bully Buster Blaster.
That was the first thing I thought. I was just like, this is gonna be funny.
I always did it by throwing it at the door, and then they go up to the door and get distracted by that. I didn't know you could bully Buster Blaster. That's really funny.
Sal.
Sam and Max, what brings you guys down to the warehouse district?
All the usual. Mystery, intrigue.
The roar of the grease paint, the smell of the crowd.
How are you coping with all these Sam clones?
Is that what they are? I thought they might be some of your skinnier, less inhibited cousins from over in the
Skinnier!
So
Sal, thank you, Sal, for being the only one who's saying
I don't seem to have whatever it is they're looking for.
Sam / the clones
so
are not
you gave up your cushy job at the museum for this?
You bet. That museum gig was getting dangerous. What with all the fires, the slimy tentacles, and the gorilla pummelings. I'm just not cut out for a life of excitement like that.
What exactly are you doing out here anyway?
Oh, I've got a great job stacking crates. Doesn't pay much, but it's way less violent. At least it was until those guys came along.
What's in those crates?
Beats me. As long as there's nothing in these babies that keep me from stacking them, I could give a June bug's behind about what's in them, you know?
Stack on, good buddy.
You know it, Sam.
I really like Sal, Sam. It'd be a shame if he got sucked into the undertow of the mayhem and destruction that follows us around like an awestruck teenager.
What the hell are you talking about, Max?
Max, no, stop. Sal is too pure, too perfect, too wholesome. Too pure. We do not want to.
Dooby-dooby-doo, stacking some crates up. Dooby-dooby-doo.
He really is a simple guy, isn't he?
Yes, so pure.
I like him. And what about his future?
I could do better than that. I'll draw you a picture.
He's gonna draw us a picture.
Huh. Okay.
We do want to talk to Bluster Blaster, but we need to get the clones to go somewhere else.
It's locked.
Yeah, these warehouses usually don't open until like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Very well. So I'm gonna take a guess that I gotta, like, walk back over here and redirect them after this.
Yeah.
Hey, Doppelgangers! It's me, Max! I'm in this warehouse with all sorts of juicy psychic toys!
Oh, yeah.
Toys!
Toys!
We'll see more of that later. Well, we'll see that.
One of the clones found a stuffed bunny and hugged it, and then Sam immediately hugged Max.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, it's our noisy old friend Bluster Blaster.
More like a barely tolerated acquaintance.
You look like Chum, old chum.
Sam! Max! What are you doing in Vegas?
Oh, boy.
What?
He went to Vegas with
happened to
Bosco.
Yeah, we thought you were in Vegas helping Bosco count cards and pick up showgirls.
Maximum failure!
Why?
Counting cards out loud!
Yeah, the dealers tend to notice things like that.
Need any help?
No, thank you! I'll just sit here until my shields regenerate!
Do you think you'll rejoin the cops now that your Vegas adventure is over?
That portion of my life is terminated!
Aw.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Do you know what happened to Bosco?
Bosco stayed in Vegas to pay off debt to casino!
Cleaning tables?
Male stripper!
Oh.
Ew.
Interesting.
Left letter to give to Mama!
Ooh.
Dear Mama, guess what? I met a girl, so it looks like I'll be staying in Vegas a little bit longer than originally planned. Please take care of the store while I'm away. Love, Bosco.
P.S. Could you wire me about $20,000?
Worst Bosco impression ever!
Mind if we deliver this to Mama Bosco?
Take it! I never want anything to do with Bosco ever again!
Understandable.
My headcanon is the girl that Bosco met in Vegas, and he's probably gonna have like a Vegas wedding with her. But I imagine that she's like a wacky whack job conspiracy theorist, just like him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Say,
That's my
you wouldn't
headcanon.
happen to know anything about all these Sam clones running around, would you?
Those are real?
Yeah.
Holy Mother of God!
I think that's a no.
I love Bluster Blaster.
Oh, good. I'm so glad we got
ya,
to see
Buster.
Buster Blaster again.
Become death!
All right, and now I just need to know. Oh, please, for the love of God, let me do this. Yes. All right. This probably won't work, but.
1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1!
So
Okay.
do the future vision though. The future
Good
vision
enough.
is so much better.
This is totally awesome!
All right, it is now my 100% priority to make sure that that happens.
We gotta get Buster Blaster into space. It's very important. Okay.
Okay.
We didn't do anything else here? We actually need to go back to the
Hey, Sal.
Stinkies.
What's up, guys?
Stack on, good buddy.
You
We need to
know
go back to
what's
where
up.
now?
We gotta go back to the diner.
Ah, okay.
Or you could go back to Mama Bosco's lab because you needed Charlie for the Charlie's what you needed to finish the seance.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Let's go to Stinky's Diner.
Talk!
Grandfather, will you please tell this booze-soaked gumshoe to get out of our diner?
Just answer the man's questions so I can get on with my pathetic excuse for a life.
Dang. Flint Paper, how you doing?
Flint.
Hey, Flint, let's shake it.
Hiya, boys! Just putting the finishing touches on this whole girl stinky caper.
Really?
Well, no. But Grandpa Stinky's gonna stop paying me if I don't wrap this case up tonight, so I'm kind of winging it here.
I've had you on retainer for months, and you didn't even know she'd installed not one, but 2 secret tunnels under my diner!
Mind if we kibitz in your interrogation?
Be my guest, boys. I'm hitting a brick wall with Miss Motormouth here. See? Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. Who's this Mr. S mug? And what are the two of you planning to do to Grandpa Stinky?
Ooh, hey. Threaten lie, noir.
Stinky's words dug into my heart like a hot shovel through a tub of warm butter, sprinkled with bacon bits and...
Stinky didn't say anything, Sam.
See what I'm working with here?
Maybe she doesn't know how these hard-boiled interrogations are supposed to work.
I think you're right, Max. Let's show her how it's done. I'll be Flint, and you be Stinky.
Fine, but if I get typecast, you're getting a nasty call from my agent.
All right, sister. What's the deal with all your secret tunnels?
Secret tunnels? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's
Love
a lot
how,
of
like-
people clones.
I mean, I guess she knows better than anybody that.
Sam, you're supposed to say something.
Shut up!
Oh, yeah. Let's take it from the top. All right, sister. What's the deal with all your secret tunnels?
Secret tunnels? I have no idea what you're talking about.
You filthy, rotten liar. We know all about the secret cloning facility at the end of your secret tunnel. So spill.
Cloning facility? What are you talking about?
No, that's his line.
Come on, Stinky. Don't pretend you don't know anything about the massive Sam cooking machines we found at the end of your secret tunnel.
Get out of my way!
Not so fast, Dollface. You're not going anywhere until you answer some questions.
Fine, fire away. Anything to get me out of this madhouse.
Okay then, from the top. Who's this Mr. S mug? And what are the two of you planning to do to Grandpa Stinky?
Mr. S is Sam. We were planning Grandpa Stinky's surprise birthday party.
Say hello to Professor Bang Bang with a doctor in it. Wait, what?
You heard me. Mr. S is Sam. The two of us were planning Grandpa Stinky's surprise birthday party.
You lousy liar! My birthday isn't for another 5 months.
That's why it was going to be such a surprise.
Is this true, Sam?
It sure is. She'd already ordered your favorite cake.
I did. Oh, I mean, that's right, I did.
Okay.
Why the heck are we lying now?
Well, I'll tell you what. If you and Sam can cough up my favourite cake,
Because
I'll
there's
send
stinky,
Mr.
because
Paper
there's
home.
stinky leaves.
Until then,
we
you're
might be able
not
to
going
follow her
anywhere,
somewhere important.
granddaughter.
Favorite cake?
I can't believe you and Stinky were planning a party and you didn't ask me to help. I love licking envelopes and cooking up embarrassing party games.
Don't be a dolt, Max. This whole party thing is just another brick in Stinky's mountain of lies. But if we cover for her, maybe Flint will let her go, and she can lead us to her mysterious Mr. S and the mastermind behind these rakishly handsome Sam clones.
Sounds convoluted and absurd. I like it.
All we have to do now is find Grandpa Stinky's favorite cake.
I
Well, what
wonder
was-
how we could do that.
Wasn't that like that one cake that we were like doing a long time ago?
I don't think the cake that made
Like that tar cake?
The tar cake was Grandpa Stinky's favorite cake. I don't think it is anymore, considering it's the reason Girl Stinky exists.
Oh, fair enough. Think you're supposed to call her a liar? No, I think everything played out exactly the way we're supposed to be.
Read Flint's mind. It's really funny.
Wait, what?
Read Flint's mind.
Oh, yeah, right.
The dame was a symphony of ice and sarcasm, and I was the out-of-tune sax player trying to horn in on her action. The rabbit listened to the music and wondered if he tuned into the wrong station.
Wow, Flint even thinks in barely applicable metaphors.
Shut up. His mind blown.
I don't know. I am not surprised.
What is happening there?
Huh? What the heck happens here? That was like oddly suggestive. Anyways, let's read Grandpa Sticky's mind.
A party? A likely story. Still, it'd be nice to get a slice of upside-down Uzbekian blood cake surprise.
What the heck? How do you get that?
Maybe ask a chef. Or a former chef.
Chef or former chef? Oh, you're right. Ooh. Hold up. That might be a good way to, you know.
Read a Girl Stinky's mind in future too. It's just always good to do that because at worst you get funny dialogue.
Right.
I can't believe I need Flomo and the Bean to get
Flomo
me out
and
of
the
here.
Bean.
And I can't believe that Stinky keeps coming up with insulting nicknames for us in her head.
No, that's on brand for her though.
Awesome.
Okay.
I don't need to go to the clone chamber, but
No, you don't. You just teleport back to Sal.
I keep forgetting. I have psychic abilities.
It's not just Sam and his old bundle of items anymore. Yeah, you got the max powers.
Breaks my brain on several different layers.
No. Love it when Sam hugs on the back.
Big ol' hugs.
Even though they're on a toy-stealing mission that'll no doubt bring about the end of the world.
Oh,
it
there it
makes me
is. There's
proud to see
the-
my clones going about their labor so diligently.
There's the clone. He finds a little bunny plush and he hugs it. Aww.
Sam.
Aw.
Whoops.
Aww.
That's freaking adorable.
It's
Anyway.
so
Hey, you stupid mutts! I'm still in here with all my toys!
Toys. Toys. Toys.
Doors! Alright. So what the heck am I gonna need in order to make this cake, eh? Ooh, wait, hold on a second.
Hey, Sal.
I have
What's up,
somewhat of an
guys?
idea.
Hey, Sal, you're a pretty mean chef, right?
I know my way around a lemon zester, yeah. What about it?
We really need someone to bake a birthday cake, pronto.
Sure, I could probably take a break and whip one up. What kind of cake you guys looking for?
An Uzbekian upside-down blood cake surprise?
Ooh, that's gonna be a tall order, Sam.
Don't you know how to make it?
Oh, I know how to make it all right. Any confectioner worth his icing sack knows how to make that bad boy. It's just that the ingredients are really hard to come by.
Don't worry about that. Sam and I live to hunt down obscure ingredients or similarly named alternatives.
It's not just the ingredients, though. It literally takes a month to bake an Uzbeki and upside-down blood cake surprise. If you want it tonight, you're just SOL. Sorry.
Well, can you at least tell us what it looks like in case we run into it in a dark alley someplace?
I can do better than that. I'll draw you a picture. Voila!
Impressive!
I minored in chalk drawing at the Bilderberg Academy for the Culinary and Visual Arts.
Stack on, good buddy.
You know
Oh,
it, Sam.
5 months. That's really unfortunate. If only there was a way that we could possibly make that cake happen right now.
Ooh, this'll be as easy as taking cake from a baby.
I think that's candy.
All right. We got ourselves. We're gonna make our. We're gonna.
There we go. Okay,
glad
so
you got
now we
that right
can
away.
make ourselves a cake.
Literally.
Yep. All right, Max. Get the caking.
Happy birthday, Grandpa Stinky.
Is that?
One upside-down Uzbekian blood cake surprise.
The blood looks right, but let's see if it's got the surprise.
Bah.
An Uzbekian flensing knife! The
What the
secret
fuck?
ingredient the Mongols used in all their cakes!
Now do you believe me?
Tasty cake.
Oh, what the fuck?
Beautiful knife!
Poor Max.
You two really
Yeah.
are planning my birthday party, weren't you? Ooh, I've got to go try this puppy out on some doggies.
Oh, hey, there it is.
All right, you furry trespassers. Make way for Daddy!
That's
There's
amazing.
only one thing I don't understand. Why does Sam call you my queen in his letter?
Well, because Sam and I have been carrying on a torrid love affair for years. Isn't that right, hon?
Oh no.
Oh!
Yeah, you're right.
No, the other place.
I don't know what kind of game you're playing here, Sam, but now that I've seen you and Stinky smooching, all I really want to do is climb into a bottle and wipe out a few brain cells.
Same, Flint. Me
Yep.
too.
You know, Sam, that whole stinky kissing thing kind of made me wish for the sweet release of death, too.
I know, little buddy, but it'll be worth it if we can track Stinky to the real Mr. S who's controlling all these Sam clones. Do you still remember Stinky's cell phone number?
Do I? It spells out my second favorite bodily excretion.
For God's
All
sakes.
right.
All right.
We can teleport to Girl Stinky now. See where she's off to.
Yeah. Okay. So after that, like, stomach turning situation there, let's dive over to Stinky Cell. Ah. Okay. She appeared back down here.
Ah, there you are, Mr. S.
Stinky, my queen.
I would have gotten here sooner, but the old fool and his Seamus wouldn't
What?
let me leave. We've got to get rid of them once and
I know,
for
it's
all.
tragic.
Do we have to? Killing seems so deadly.
Trust
Sal,
me,
you're
sweetie.
too good
It's
for
the only
her.
way to get everything we want.
Oh, baby.
I already turned my stomach over and nearly barfed once. I don't need to do
that's
it twice.
quite enough of that.
It's Trampy and Stitch.
Max is
Sam and Max.
Max is us.
What are
yeah.
you doing down here?
We were about to ask you the same question.
We were? I was gonna ask about biological compatibility issues.
All right, fine. There's no point in denying it any longer. This is where Sal and I meet to revel in our forbidden love.
Yeah, the forbidden love thing. Not where we meet to discuss getting rid of our evil grandpa Stinky. Ah!
Right, just the forbidden love.
Really? Then how do you explain that?
Whoa.
Where'd those come from?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Yes, Master.
Oh, now they're possessed.
Sam, what just
Now they're possessed.
happened?
Well, on the upside, it looks like neither Stinky nor her chitinous boyfriend are the master of these Samalites. On the downside, it appears that our icky and potentially murderous loverbirds are under the psychic thrall of our mysterious fiend.
Man, I wouldn't want to be the master when Stinky snaps out of it. She straight up hates thralls. Wee-hee-hoo!
All right, well, I'm way too curious about this.
Sal, you can do so much better. You are such a good guy. You're so wholesome. You gotta get a girl who, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to read my
He deserves so
slave's
much better.
mind? How rude.
Ow!
I tried.
La-di-da, waiting for the master's orders. La-di-da-da.
I'm not sure whether it's comforting or creepy as hell that Sal's still a good-natured bohunk even when he's enthralled.
Bohunk. I think the word you're looking for is himbo, Sam.
There are many different variations of that word and, you know, and that term over the years and years. Some of them are outdated.
True.
In the unlikely event of a firestorm, the clone chamber's salad bar
All
will
right.
remain open.
So, yeah, I don't think you could try talking to them while they're possessed.
Sal?
Sal's not really here right now, guys. Only the, what do you call it? Indomitable will of the master.
The master's name is Will?
The master wants you to know that half-assed wordplay won't get you any closer to revealing his identity.
There
His,
goes
so we know
90%
it's,
of
we
our
know it's a guy.
repertoire.
Not that there are many women in this series, unfortunately.
Stinky?
There is no stinky worm, only the unknowable will of the master.
Yeah, can't say I'm loving the new attitude, Stinky.
Then again, we really didn't love the old attitude either.
I was about to say, we didn't really love her old attitude. Sam read my mind. Sam, are you sure you don't have the mind reading cards?
Clone facility systems nominal. Awaiting further instructions.
Okay, so you gotta go back to. I think the only thing you can do now is finish the seance.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Look at the features, though. I don't know if that's any different.
What was that?
Feature vision on them. I don't know if that's any different.
Oh, that would be funny. Hold on a second.
Right zone is for the loading and unloading of protein fluid only.
Oh, shoot.
Huh. He's hanging over the thing in the middle. Okay, that's actually
Clearly
nice.
still, like, you know,
Yeah.
obsessed with the master and all that.
She's cleaning the thing over there.
Oh, did we break the coffee mug?
Yep, you will.
Okay.
But I don't think you can do it yet. But yeah, you will have to. Eventually, you'll have to get over to that thing in the middle over there, like way over there. Yeah. So that's like some hints to help you get there.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're nearly
You can't
there
do it
yet.
now, though. Yeah, you have to finish the seance first.
All right. Well, let's go to Bosco Tech. What do?
Again? You're lucky I got nothing better to do tonight.
Yeah, since your social calendar is usually so packed with nightclubs and supermodels.
Very cutting, sir. Shall we begin?
Mortimer Moleman, your nephew is waiting.
He needs a friend now since he's no good at dating. Hey!
Okay, so ask about hideous photographs.
So, about Uncle Morty.
Stop with the small talk. If this is a real seance, Uncle Morty will tell me the secret he took to his grave.
Morty M.
All right.
Moleman, your entry. Harry.
Waiting to hear from my uncle.
Okay.
Harry, it's me, Uncle Morty.
Really, Sam? That the best you can do?
Morty Oxenfree.
Okay. Sal can really do so much better. Agreed.
He can.
You don't need to be in that relationship with, like, you know, somebody that coercive.
She's so awful. I mean, like, she's entertainingly awful, but like, the girl Stinky is just no. Get out of there. That's a toxic ass relationship.
Super Bowl.
Perhaps we should concentrate on the task at hand.
Power of Max
You
compels
got
you.
a new power since we tried this the first time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Morty M. Molman, you're...
Harry! Uncle Morty?
Yes, it's your Uncle Morty!
You sound weird.
I've got a cold!
In heaven?
Who said I was in heaven?
If it's really you, then tell me the secret you kept from me all these years.
Let me think about it.
Talk to us, Morty.
Ah, shoot. Okay.
Well, maybe Harry knows something about this secret. He clearly wants him to tell us.
That's true. That's true, actually.
Power of Max
He's wanting
compels
him,
you.
yeah, he's wanting Morty to
Come
tell him
on,
something.
Morty, come on. Tell me where you hid your stamp collection.
Mortimer, come out and play.
Harry!
Uncle Morty?
My stamp collection is hidden
Yes?
in the attic
Yes?
of the Statue of Liberty!
I knew it! It's a miracle! Thank you, Uncle Morty! Thank you, Max!
It appears that Mr. Molman's leap of faith has allowed the POTUS to make contact with our target, sirs.
I'm the scat man.
Thanks for the rescue, boys.
Mama Bosco, what happened to you?
I don't know. I was looking into all these rampaging Sam clones when all of a sudden my spirit started pinballing through all sorts of nightmarish heck dimensions. If your seance hadn't anchored me to this plane of existence, I might never have found my way home.
Oh dear. It seems that the boundaries between realities are decaying. I'd best alert my superiors.
Hey, I thought I was your superior.
Of course you are, sir.
And
Yeah, sure.
need to
Keep
tell
telling
you
yourself that.
friend in
He says as he
Winnipeg.
vanishes into a mysterious flash of light.
Right.
Way to clear
Yeah,
a
well,
room, Mama B.
Good. Now maybe we can get to the bottom of this mess.
What do you know, Mama?
Rightio.
Hey, Dr. Mama Bosco, can we ask you a few questions?
Can it wait? I'm very busy trying to figure out where all these Sams came from.
It'll only take a minute.
Fine.
I mean, we know where they came from. We need to
Your
figure out who the
home
heck.
thing.
Got any ideas on how to stop the clones?
No. Not really.
Great. All right, we'll see you later.
Max and I were taking a closer look at those underground cloning tanks.
Yes?
And they've got Bosco tech written all over them.
That's horrible. Someone must have snuck into my lab and stolen all my cloning equipment.
Who do you think broke into your lab to steal all your cloning equipment?
Well, whoever wanted an army of Sam clones, obviously.
Well, duh, Sam.
God, this is like not a whole lot of info.
She's
doing?
she's hiding
Same
something
as
from
you
us.
two. I'm trying to
Yeah.
find out who's behind all these clones.
Any word from your son since he headed off for Vegas?
No, but knowing him, he's probably being scammed by some two-bit gold digger.
Correct. Also, you know, we happen to have Bosco's letter.
Hey, Dr. Mama, we got some mail from baby Bosco.
Really? Hold it up for me so I can read it. $20,000? Roscoe Bosco, what sort of hustle have you gotten yourself into?
Full
Want me to
name
leave
reveal.
Bosco's letter somewhere so you can read
Bosco
it
was
again
his
later?
last name.
No thanks.
Which makes sense,
I've got
since we
enough
call her
troubles
Mama
right
Bosco.
now without my son's latest bout of foolishness cluttering up my lab.
But now I never wonder what her actual first name is.
Roscoe Bosco.
Roscoe Bosco.
Pretty clever. Boy, this one particular episode is all about the mind reading, it seems.
Oh yeah, I love it.
If
It's
anyone
super
ever
fun.
finds out I was hired to build those clone tanks, I'm done
Ooh.
for.
Eh, there we go. And also, what does your future say?
she's going into the tunnel. Okay.
Okay, let's have another conversation then.
Who hired
Mama
you?
Yes?
Oh, Bosco.
Who hired you?
I'm sure Bosco will be okay.
Yeah, a Las Vegas wedding will be just the thing to center his restless spirit.
I wish that were true, but I just know this'll all end in tears.
And lawsuits.
And shirtless rage by the police.
Give it up, Mama Bosco. We know someone paid you to build those cloning tanks.
Who was it? Stinky? Paperweight? Professor Plum?
I don't know. All I know is, a few months ago, an anonymous donor wired me $1 bajillion in exchange for a few hundred of my experimental cloning tanks.
Few
I knew
hundred.
it was shady,
Oh.
but times are tough for a single dead mother with a money-hemorrhaging research lab. So I took the gig and looked the other way.
Another victory for unregulated capitalism.
Okay.
Now that we've established that the clones came out of your machines, is there any way we can shut them down?
Well, there should be a biometric override built into all of my clone control centers. But
Oh, I hate the sound of your butts.
my handprint is the only one that can activate the override.
But without a body, you don't have handprints.
Or the right to vote.
I think that's the least of our worries right now.
Yep.
Although he might want a second term. I'm not sure.
About that override,
Mm-hmm.
if we could clone a body for you, could you activate the biometric control?
Yo!
That's
Bug-loving insane?
absolutely brilliant. Of course, it'll have to be a perfect clone with 100% of my DNA.
No problem. Got any lying around?
Only this. As far as I know, this
Look
is
how
the only
extra she
remaining
is.
sample of my DNA in the world. And even this is only 99% complete. You'll either have to find some more or get some DNA from one of my family members so I can do a splice job.
Ooh.
Oh, for
Consider
God's sake.
yourself cloned.
Okay, so how the heck are we supposed... I mean, you know...
You have a letter from you have a letter from Bosco.
Oh, so there's probably spit on it.
Yep.
Say, would some of your son's DNA work to fill in the gaps in your DNA sample?
Sure. Good luck finding any, though.
This anonymous donor, anything you can tell us about him?
Turn-offs, turn-ons, the last 4 digits of his social security number?
We only spoke over the phone. He had a creepy, high-pitched voice.
Sam, you don't think it could be the soda?
Don't even think it, little buddy.
Thank
No,
God
no,
it's
no.
not.
Don't worry, it's Hublis.
It's not. Thank God.
Anything else you can remember about the mastermind who bought all those clone tanks?
Aside from the squeaky voice, no. Oh, and he paid me in cash. Really old cash.
Really old cash? I'm trying to think back to, like, you know, some of the previous stuff that we ran into. Somebody with a squeaky
You
voice that
probably are
we ran
not
into
gonna
in the
be able to
past?
guess it. You're probably not going to be able to guess it. It really only makes sense once it happens.
Oh boy, okay.
So all we have to do is plunk your DNA sample into your clone cooker, and bingo bango, brand new Dr. Mama Bosco body, right?
No. First, you have to find some more Bosco DNA to fill in the gaps in the sample.
Okay, we got that though.
Very
This
well.
reminds me. I'll look at the profiles because we haven't done that in a while.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
Oh, sensitive about his weight,
Sensitive weight,
embarrassed by
embarrassed by
exhibitionism of rampaging lookalikes.
Worried that Max's psychic powers will result in Armageddon, or worse, a basic cable television deal. I don't know, that sounds pretty awesome. Psychic powers,
I wonder if
impromptu
I could whip up
brainectomy.
an army of anti-clones. Nah,
What?
that'd just be silly.
Clone Master, enigmatic fiend who's unleashed an army of Sams on the city, already has the Devil's Toy Box and is looking for more psychic toys. Could be almost anyone, well, except for me, and probably Max. Maybe Mel Torm? Ghost scientist par excellence, only person in the city with skills to make clones. Claims the Clone Master hired her to build the cloning facility and that the simulacra aren't
Those
her
shorts
fault.
sure don't leave anything to the imagination, do they?
Once tried to summon an elder god, now a mysterious immortal, ordered around by mysterious Dr. Norrington, possible Clone Master suspect. No, I don't
Nah.
think so. Yog Sagoth! Previously unseen, rumbly voiced, telepathic boss of Monsieur Paperweight. Secretly, Yog Sagoth, archfiend of the dark dimension. Ick. Wants to destroy Devil's Toy Box and go home.
I better get a body soon, because this itch is driving me crazy.
Probably not the Clone Master. Could the Stinkies be the ones that did it? I don't freaking know.
I
clone
really
facility.
don't think you can guess it. It doesn't make sense until it happens, I think.
Is she the Clone Master? Secretly carrying on an affair with Sal? Ah! And planning to bump off Grandpa Stinky, enthralled by the Clone Master, so it's probably not her. Alright. Curmudgeonly senior partner of Stinky's Diner, suspicious of granddaughter's suspicious behavior, 3-time winner of George Lazenby Sound-Alike contest.
George Lazenby.
Lazenby, rather. Sorry. 6-foot-tall talking cockroach, all-around nice guy.
Now, where'd I leave that Heisenberg compensator?
Is he? Is he?
He is.
Former chef at Stinky's last seen guarding the Museum of Mostly Natural History. Stinky secret lover! Conspiring to kill Grandpa Stinky. Enthralled by Clone Master. Okay, it can't be Skunkape, because Skunkape's voice is, like, high-pitched. So unless this also includes Skunkape, like, you know, huffing a bunch of helium.
Also, he got attacked by the clones, so they probably wouldn't attack the guy that's in charge.
Unless it's all an act.
Too useless to be the Clone Master.
To be the Clone Master.
Yep.
The Simulacra. Scandalously clad Sam duplicates. They've taken the Devil's Toy Box to parts unknown, looking for toys, presumably psychic ones, to fill the Devil's Toy Box. Turns out they're clones, but who's their master? What does he want?
Those shorts sure don't leave anything to the imagination, do they?
Ew. Just another hopeless schmo trying to make some sense of this crazy world, but he's a PI, so he gets paid for it. Hired by Grandpa Stinky to discover the horrible truths that lie beneath Girl Stinky's 7-layer cake of lies. Often drops by Sam and Max for a couple of bullets. Bullet! And Harry Molman. I doubt that he would be the person that did it.
Yeah. Harry's too true neutral for that.
Even though his tunnel leads to the cloning facility is far too lame to have pulled it off. Easily duped. Super Bowl? No. He doesn't have a high-pitched voice. Laugh a minute. Secret Service
I better
agent.
get a body soon, because this itch is driving me crazy.
Wah. Enigmatic as hell, but too loyal to Max to be the Clone Master. Master of the Forbidden Dance. No, not that one. The other one. What the heck, man? Oh, Bluster Blaster! Yeah, right? Former member of Cops, last seen headed to Las Vegas. He fell out of a car.
I wonder if I could
driven by
whip up an
clones.
army of anti-clones. Nah, that'd just be silly.
Too unsubtle to be the Clone Master. Also, we know that he's going to be blasted into space. Though, why did we do that? Why have we blasted him into space? Okie dokie. So where do we have our DNA
so
splicing machine?
You have Bosco's DNA in the letter, yeah, because you're right. He looked at it. So, but you have to. Oh, they're You can't mess with the clone thing though until you get rid of the tentacles. In order to do that, check out the dimensional destabilizer machine.
Oh, okay.
It's a really fun puzzle, actually.
Hey, Dr. Mama, could this dimensional destabilizer be used to, say, visit a spooky suburb of the Dark Dimension to get a horrifyingly powerful weapon?
I suppose. Want to give it a whirl?
Sure.
Now, I haven't had a chance to calibrate the navigational controls, so you'll have to figure them out for yourself.
Don't we always?
Oh, dear. Okay. So...
Wish me luck, Max.
So-
I'm off to explore the Nether Realms.
You should probably rephrase that.
Let's see what the heck happens.
Ooh, science-y. Hey, you!
What?
Oh,
What
laughing.
happened?
Sam?
Wait, not future vision.
No, we do. Look at it. Yeah, you want to. So what we're looking for is the giggling realm
Hold
of
up.
skittering ingestion.
They're everywhere, always staring.
I wanted to see what the heck his mind was doing.
Come, bitter conduct.
Oh, this is the best one.
Unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick, weary bark. Here's to my love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die.
Hey, guess what? I'm not really dead. Ooh, awkward.
Oh, great. Romeo and Juliet. I love that.
Yeah, that's the ending of Romeo and Juliet.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're looking for is the giggling realm of skittering ingestion. So we got. So Sam was laughing.
Fellows of Krakatoa, what a ride.
You okay?
Yeah, but only because I've sealed away most of what I saw into a deep corner of my subconscious.
Just like that time you caught me singing in the shower.
Let's see, flash of light, blah, 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 giggling realm of skittering ingestion, giggling and beset by visions of insects, destroyer defeats things from the dark dimension, leader eaten by a beast.
Huh.
So you got so one thing is correct. Because Sam was laughing, but you don't know which one. You kind of have to keep this is it's like a fun little trial and error kind of thing. So you keep trying different settings until you figure out like, okay, we've got one of them's right. So if you tweak just like say
flash of light, blah, 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 giggling realm of skittering ingestion, giggling and beset by visions of insects, destroyer defeats things from the dark dimension, leader eaten by a beast.
I think I prefer that reading better.
Yeah, so you just want to change one thing, and then that way you know, like, if in the next one, Sam, like, stops laughing, then that's the one that controls that specific thing.
Okay.
Sam? Beset by any visions of insects and or arachnids?
Free bird!
What?
Okay, so that one is apparently, so the red one I think is the future.
Whoa! And I'm back. If we ever want to find that chthonic destroyer in the illuminated manuscript, we'd better start figuring out what these dials do.
Well, okay, so that's what the future dialed. So now this should be proper then.
Hey, you!
Four! No.
Yep, that counts. That's eaten by a beast. So you got
So
the
we
red
got
one
that
correct.
right.
You got the red. Yeah, the red one's correct. So don't mess with that one anymore.
Whoa! If I'm going to keep doing this, we should look into some sort of frequent flyer discount.
Fate?
Yep.
Okay, we got it.
Yep. So just keep that one at setting number 1.
Let's try number 3 on the green dial.
Ooh, flash of light. Flash of light. So that one's correct.
Okay, nice.
Whoa! Okay, that one was just plain weird.
I love how, like, Sam is basically just being, like, quite the trooper.
Just having a good time.
All right.
Okay, so, yeah, try blue one.
Sam? Beset by any visions of insects and or arachnids?
Okay, so the laughter didn't change. So the blue one is visions.
Badger?
Okay,
We don't need no
so-
stinking badgers.
We don't need no stinking badgers.
Whoa.
So I think you put the blue, because I think you started on 3.
Okay. So we started on
okay.
3, and
that
then...
that might be correct.
So I think 2
yeah, that
is
might
probably
be,
correct.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this is a cool puzzle. I like these sort of like, I don't know, fun sort of trial and error things, but like finding the different options is, working through the different options is a lot of fun.
Bugs, roaches, they're under my skin. Get them off!
Sam? Ah, great. Sam's been driven insane by an unspeakable horror. Now I've got a Craigslist for a new partner.
No, little buddy, really, I'm fine. I just got that medium extra small joke from earlier. Boy, that Super Ball, he's a hoot and a half.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah, and check out this key knickknack I picked up from the giggling realm of skittering and
Joy!
jesting.
Is that the dark dimensional destroyer that Norrington was yammering about?
Only one way to find out. Let's blast the bejeebus out of something from the dark dimension.
Oh,
Yeah.
rad.
Also, if you go bring that to Norrington, you get some really good dialogue.
Ooh. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do that.
Now, where I leave that Heisenberg compensator?
Look at this, like, wide range of toys that we got
Look
in
at
our
that.
hands here.
Oh yeah, all 6 toys.
Mwah, delicious.
Mwah. Delicious.
Okay. Let's go back to the office. All right, so...
Yo, Yogi.
Yes?
Okay, it doesn't say anything
I think
different.
that's really
However,
music, yeah.
I'm going to make the assumption that, like, he's probably going to be very pissed off at me using this on him. However...
Hey, welterweight! Get ready to have your Yogg-Sothoth problem solved once and for all!
Don't! Stop!
Why?
Yeah, I thought you'd be happy to get rid of Don Calamari here.
Eh.
Cannot just blast Yogg-Sothoth out of me. We are a symbiotic being.
My human host is correct. The destroyer wouldn't remove me in our hybridized state. It would only wound us, perhaps critically.
Ooh, bummer.
Indeed. Save the destroyer for its intended target, the madman behind your plague of Sams.
I think you can ask him more about the Chthonic Destroyer.
All right.
Yo, Yogi.
Yes?
Or not?
No, apparently not.
Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of something different. Okay, try using Charlie on him.
Using what?
Using Charlie on him. That's
Charlie.
also some good one. Yeah.
Yo, Yogi.
Yeah.
Hold up.
No, it's max powers. Yeah. Try using Charlie on him.
Charlie? Hold on a moment.
The doll. The doll.
The doll. Oh, okay.
I'm an elder god, blah, blah, blah. Everyone listen to me.
I see you have acquired Charlie Hotep.
Yeah, creepy little thing, ain't he?
Oh my, yes. I don't even know why I brought him over. Junior hated him, played with him for about 10 minutes, then tossed him aside like a used snot rag.
That's kind of sad.
The elder gods are beyond your mortal concepts of sentiment. They
I'll
do not...
give it a rest.
Shut the fuck up.
Paperweight is a bit of a motor mouth.
Alrighty. Oh, we've shown off the new toys.
Okay,
Now...
So now you can just use the robot to get rid of the tentacles that are blocking the clone machine.
Sounds good. These things have been, like, bugging me ever since I first saw them. Time to obliterate... Oh, wait, no, wait. With just a simple, real-world gun. Anyway, time to obliterate them.
Hey, tentacles! Unholy this!
I am the current power robot. Please give my instructions to everybody.
Unholy this?
I heard it in a video game.
Specifically this one. Let's get really
Okay,
meta up in
now
here.
I think you can put the Bosco. Yeah, you can put the Bosco DNA in there.
Okay, let's put Bosco's letter in
Oh,
there
not the
first.
letter. Oh yeah,
What?
yeah, you're right. You need the letter and the
I need the
little-
letter and
DNA sample received. Processing. DNA sample insufficient to commence cloning process. Please insert complementary DNA sample to continue.
very well.
Goes wrong show. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
What is it?
Goes wrong show? I don't
Guys, the master's laughing at you.
Complementary DNA sample received. Exemplar clone being prepared in part 0001.
Come on, come on!
Patience, Max. The human genome is an insanely complicated strand of proteins containing nearly a gigabyte of raw data. Even the most sophisticated computers in the world would take weeks.
Clone complete.
Mama Bosco. You back? Welcome to the world of tomorrow!
Clear the path, boys. Mama Bosco's about to make a long overdue return to the land of the living. All right, fellas, open her up.
All that stage plays going wrong? That makes sense. Ah, here she is.
Well, what do you think?
Considering how much of your son's DNA is in there, I'd say you got off easy.
Yeah, you could have ended up with a beard or
Oh,
a beer
Jesus.
gut or a handful of wacky conspiracy theories.
That's okay. Wig'll clean that up.
She's got to get a wig now. It's fine. Though I
It's
do
good,
see a lot
it's
of,
good.
though I do see a lot of black women rocking the bald look. It is,
Heck yeah,
it
man.
is all of them.
Baldy beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, Mama B.
Can't talk now, guys. I'm trying to
Oh, wait. I think I might have heard about this stage play. I've seen a lot of it on TikTok where just like they have intentionally terrible things go wrong during the stage play. Which is freaking funny. Like, or, you know, like characters will just bust into the scene before they were supposed to. Just like, stop, you madman!
That sounds funny. I'll have to look that up.
And then just back off and close the door.
Yep.
Or like a chunk of the scenery will just fall over, and and then they just have to act out through the scene like. So anyway, I've seen little chunks and pieces, and it's pretty good.
figure out a way to get up to the control center. It's the only way we'll be able to stop the clones.
Okay. Yeah, now we gotta get up to the thing in the middle.
Okay. Well, we did see.
We saw in the visions, you saw that we saw Sal on one of the lights, and we saw Girl Stinky cleaning up the coffee mug.
Well.
Why'd you do that?
Sometimes you just gotta shoot out a few lights.
Dead light bulb detected in clone control spotlight. Please alert maintenance engineer.
I see. Can we get one of those funny pods too?
Show off.
Now, Max, just because the good Lord didn't bless you with 6 arms and vice-like claws.
Not yet, anyway.
Let's try and shoot the evil coffee mug.
Hey, Max, watch this.
Nice shot.
Thanks. It turns out the secret is aiming.
Aiming. Never heard of it. Is it a lost secret of the ancient Orient?
Malfunction detected in clone control console unit. Please send technician.
How do we take over one of these vessels?
Oh no, Sal!
That's the most work I've seen Stinky do in years.
Yeah, she must be enthralled.
Oh no.
He'll be fine, probably.
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 Shoot.
Probably okay.
Well.
Okay, so how did we find Stinky to begin with?
Oh, fuck. You're right.
Hey, Mama B. Want to be disassembled at the quantum level, then reassembled about 40 meters to the left?
You know it, baby.
Smart.
You? But how?
You haven't figured it out yet? Wow, for a mastermind, you sure are clueless.
Oh, it matters not. Neither you nor your unwitting pawn of a scientist will be able to stop the Master from achieving his dread goals.
What's her problem?
We're pretty sure she's enthralled, but with Stinky it's hard to tell. Mama Bosco, would you mind activating your override so we can take control of these clones?
My pleasure.
Whoa.
I'm imagining something terrible's about to happen.
Fools! You'll never defeat the Master!
Sam, we've got company!
Ooh, zombie
You
horde.
see? Your cause is lost! The
Doppelgangers.
Master will take your toys and...
Yes!
Sorry, I haven't been able
Damn.
to cool cock anyone for a long time, and
You
she
go,
was
Mama
really
B.
getting on my nerves.
After the mind-numbing terror is over, you gotta teach me that move.
Woohoo!
And me. But first, let's deal with these clones.
Tell them all to go home or self-destruct, one of the two.
Question mark?
Get down with your bad selves.
Hey, Sam, they've got your moves! How deeply depressing.
That's great. All right, I'm curious. Go to the Master.
Go to the Master.
That didn't work, Sam!
Dang it.
Weird. Maybe I have to use the Master's real name, whatever that is.
Okay. Go to the toy box?
Go to the toy box.
Okay,
That
so we
seems
can
to have
follow
gotten
the
their
toy box,
attention.
please.
I guess it's time to play Follow the Clones.
You guys go on ahead
Ooh.
and give that Master a knee to the groin for me. Getting dog hair all up in my cloning tanks.
They're basically learning how to talk.
Once this case is over, we should really
Dang,
look
we're
into
actually
fixing
almost,
the
we're already at the
DeSoto.
climax.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
Well, we started a little bit late, so I'm going to
Yeah.
call that a positive.
Hey, look, Sam! All your doppelgangers are heading into that warehouse, and my
I'm
ears are doing that
super
weird
curious
spiky
to find out who the heck this
The
Master
toy
is.
box must be in there. We'd better sneak in and grab it before the Master's plan comes to fruition.
You know, I can't remember the last time one of my plans came to fruition.
It's cute when you pretend you know what words mean, Max.
There he is.
Sam?
All right, here we go.
Toys.
Toys?
Shoot or run?
Let's run.
Oh.
Toys.
Oh, I guess
Dang.
we have to distract him again first, yeah.
But it's an endless flood of them walking to the toy box. And how are they still a threat? What the heck,
Yeah,
man?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just try it again.
All right, fine.
Stand back, Sam. I'll send those doppelgangers right into the harbor.
I don't think so.
Who said that?
Hello, folks.
What was that?
What?
Unless I miss my guess, the mysterious master is none other than your little dark dimensional puppet.
I knew it was evil.
Well, thankfully,
Jesus.
like all evil dummies, Charlie's pretty much helpless without a host body.
Am I, Sam? Am I? Samar, Caesarum!
Kill it with fire, Max.
On it! Darn.
Whoa. Dang it! Creative bastard.
Yank the cord! Yank the cord!
Huh?
It's an Ed Wood reference.
Sam!
A reference to an
I
Ed
just
Wood
had
movie.
the most
Oh,
ridiculous dream. Stinky was making out with a giant cockroach. Then an evil ventriloquist dummy knocked us out and...
What
Welcome
the heck?
to this
It's the Statue of Liberty!
Hello, boys
fucking
and
amazing
girls.
climax.
Welcome to the Charlie Hotep Show!
Oh, that's way more naked Sam flesh than I'm comfortable with.
We got a great show for you tonight, ladies and germs. For our first act, our lovely and talented army of doppelgangers will sing and dance their way into your souls with their dimension-shattering rendition of that oldie but goodie, Skim. And for our second act, well, there won't really be a second act for most of you, since you'll be too busy screaming and gouging your eyes out after your pathetic reality is subsumed by the glories of the dark dimension.
Oh my god.
But you won't want to miss our spectacular finale when the great and terrible Junior makes his long-awaited return. Lovingly slips me onto one of his tentacles of anguish and plays with me.
Not if my as-yet unexplained psychic powers have anything to... Hey, where'd my toys go?
Looking for these? Let's have a big Dark Dimension round of applause for Sam and Max, without whom tonight's apocalyptic conjuring wouldn't be possible.
I feel so violated.
And now, on with the show!
Hang on, Sam, I'm coming to get you.
Genius.
Hang on, Sam, I'm coming to get you. Try not to end the world or anything.
And now I am Max.
Charlie.
Wee-hoo! Alright. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, wait, maybe it did.
Yes
Other
and
side.
no. That will come in handy. You're not quite there yet, though.
Okay, got it.
Lady Liberty, America's nightlight.
I love how that is a mechanic. They're just like, that has been an in-joke for the entirety of the show.
Way
Like,
to do this puzzle, yeah.
July IVMDCCX. What is this, Canadian? Come on, Sam, stop screwing around and start kicking some sawdust.
Your dopey friend can't talk right now, Bunny. He's too busy playing straight man to
Yeah, it's like,
Armageddon. Isn't that
it's
right,
so creative
Mickey?
because
Yes,
there's nothing
master.
to make you think that Charlie is sentient, but then you realize there's no reason he couldn't been. He's a freaking eldritch doll. He's a freaking eldritch doll. So
that is true. Oh,
it's-
geez,
it-
there's paperweight.
Hey,
Oh,
young
yep.
Soggy, what are you doing here?
That's not important right now. Just get up here and rescue me so we can stop Charlie Hotep.
Haha, you got it. What a tight ass. Wait, does he even have an ass?
I'm assuming they probably share an ass, both of these two.
in this state, yeah, something like that.
More tentacles? Jeez, those things must have one hell of a union.
They do. I was just at a
wonder
meeting
if
of
the
the Tentacle
bubonic
Union.
destroyer can be set to deep fry.
They serve great donuts.
Did he?
Yeah, she's pretty, but I have a standing rule against dating anyone who can use me to dig boogers out of their nose.
What the fuck?
Guys, we've established Max had the bisexual awakening last season.
Max, you don't even like girls. Jesus.
That's actually not a good Tim impression.
Is that gross glob of goo looking at me?
That gross glob of goo is an infinitesimal extrusion of none other than Junior. If Charlie succeeds in smashing the dark dimension into your reality, my grandson will shatter your bodies and eat your souls. Or maybe he'll eat your bodies and shatter your souls. I always get those mixed up.
Charlie reminds me of Slappy from Goosebumps.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I think specifically the reason why they have an evil talking doll in the season is a reference to the Twilight Zone episode Talking Tina.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I think that's what they were going for, which I'm all
They do
for.
a lot of referencing to Twilight Zone in this chapter.
Yeah.
I've been seeing.
I love it.
Okay, so I have.
You can switch to Sam, by the way.
Oh, can
You're
I?
not just in control of Max, yeah.
My name is Charlie, and I want to be your friend.
I don't want to be your friend, Charlie.
What's that? You say you can't move? Of course you can't, you big dummy. You're my slave, my pawn, my... Oh, what's the word? Puppet!
Very ironic.
Oh, ain't that sweet? You're still struggling.
Okay, let's see. Talk to Charlie then.
What's this? My enthralled man puppy has something to say. What do you say, boys and girls? Do you want to see my amazing talking to a stupid mutt while playing the piano and ushering in the end of the world trick?
Yes.
Alrighty then. So, buddy, what's on your mind?
Oh, how nice. He's allowing me to have conversation. Okay.
Since the world's about to end, could you tell me what's going on with Sal and Stinky?
I like how that's the first option you
break
picked.
out the rubber hoses.
I'm just super curious about what's going on with them.
Pawns. Their petty criminal dalliance is a pathetic warm-up back to my grand guignol.
In other words,
Not a clue.
Even he's got no clue what's going on with them.
you sure you don't know anything about Stinky and Sal's plans for Grandpa Stinky?
Hey, I just enthralled them to assemble and maintain my cloning chamber. I didn't get involved in their icky personal life.
Fair. I don't know. I kind of just want to know whether or not Sal can survive a 5,000-foot drop. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't know how deep the chasm went. Maybe it was only
We also don't know whether or not there's a whole bunch of comfy pillows down there either.
True.
Why is the toy box all glowy?
Now that my magnificent doppelgangers have gathered all the toys of power, the toy box is suffused with the terrible energies of the dark dimension.
Good for you.
When my spell is complete, I'll use the power of the toy box to tear down the walls between your realm and mine, dragging both realities into an eternity of torment and despair.
Okay, but how will that be different from any other ventriloquist act? What makes the toy box so powerful anyway?
It was hewn from the bark of screaming mendacity on the shores of the river Pyx in the dark dimension.
Oh, I see.
Sounds very demonish.
Wow, a crazy evil ventriloquist dummy. Way to perpetuate the stereotype, Charlie.
I'm not crazy, or evil, or illiterate.
I didn't say...
I'm lonely.
Is that what this is all about? Because Max and I can fix you up with a nice girl who runs a diner.
I don't need a woman. I need Junior.
So how long you been working on this scheme anyway?
None of your beeswax, Fido.
What in the name of Kubrick's beard groomer is that unholy abomination?
That's Junior, youngest of the Elder Gods. When the walls
My
tumble,
baby.
you'll reign
My grandson.
supreme over the darkness, and I'll be his favorite toy again, just like it was in the before time.
Ha! Junior hated you, Charlie. He used to call you Creepy Charlie.
You want creepy? I'll give you creepy, old man!
Ooh.
I am the Conic Power Robot. Please give my instruction to everybody.
That distracts Charlie. Good to know. That's at the piano? Can change the music.
Flaming crowns?
Ah, that was fun. And now, back to tonight's featured entertainment.
Nicely done, Sam. If you want to change the music again, just gesture in the general direction of the piano, and I'll do the rest.
Interesting.
Okay.
So
there's
that's
more
changed it so
dialogue
there's
with
no
Charlie.
tentacles up there.
Yeah, you do need the tentacles on the statue.
More talking.
But there's more stuff
It's a
you
good
can talk
thing
Charlie
you're the
about.
perfect straight man, or I'd be thinking about turning this into a solo act.
Not that one.
Not that I'm not flattered, but why did you go through all the trouble to make an army of half-naked Sam clones?
A spell of this magnitude requires the sacrifice of 1,001 thralls to complete the complex and arcane chance to tear down the walls between this world and the dark dimension.
Yeah, but why me?
Because you are the ideal straight man. Only you have the perfectly malleable brain that allows me to command you where to go and what to do without fear of being challenged by a stray independent thought. It's almost as though you were born to be ordered around.
He's got you there, Sam.
This feels very meta considering that's what I've been doing for the past 3 chapters.
Okay, I understand why you wanted me for your silly ceremony, but why the gold biker shorts? And why did you have to make my clones so fat?
Oh, Didum's my chubby little clones make the poor little doggy man uncomfortable about his body issues.
Well...
God! You want to talk about uncomfortable body issues? Try spending a gazillion years with nasty little mortals sticking their grubby hands into a giant orifice in your back. At least Junior always has the common decency to wash his tentacle first.
Okay, I understand why you wanted me for your silly ceremony.
You pushed
but
the wrong
why the gold biker
button.
shorts? And why did you have to make my clones so fat?
Oh,
well,
Dorrington, dang it.
Why have you dragged poor paperweight / Norrington / Yog Sagoth up here?
Grumpy old fool thought he could destroy me along with all the other toys of power. Now he'll bear witness to my ultimate triumph as I sacrifice him to his own grandson.
And I thought my family reunions were awkward. I think you and Norrington should have a nice little sit-down.
Never! I swear, ere this night doth wane, Yog Sagoth will drink the black splinters of my vengeance!
Very poetic. Like 5 stars.
Yep.
Anyway.
Were you really
I do
Junior's
kind of
favorite
feel
toy?
a little bad for Charlie. It's not his fault Junior thinks he's a creepy weirdo, but like, come on, man. You didn't have to throw this kind of a tantrum.
You pathetic fool! Junior never played with you. He hated you.
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
Okay. Face of Darkness? I guess that's going to change the face somehow.
Boy, oh boy, I needed that!
This is a really, really cool detail. If you listen, it's actually hard for me to hear it over the stream, unfortunately, but so all of the music being played is like, it's like twisted eldritch versions of like nursery rhymes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really cute. It's
That's
just
a
really,
little bit quiet. So, man. All right, so we changed the...
Eternal darkness,
not quite. Keep trying.
Oh! Hold on a second.
Oh,
Were
no,
the
you
Sam
can
clones
go-
that were coming through here a moment ago?
Yeah, now they're over there, so you can get tossed up over there.
Oh!
Oh, I love this.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Oh, heck yeah!
Ah.
Close.
That tablet's way too slick to climb like
Why
that.
is he making the Sam clone dance, though?
Because do you hear the jamming music? Why wouldn't they dance?
Plus, it's super fun. I would not be super happy if, Okay, so question. I can move...
So you gotta keep messing with the music, because that's changing stuff with the statue.
Oh, ain't that sweet? You're...
You pathetic fool! Junior never played with you. He hated you.
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
Okay. take 2 tablets, 4 in the mind. What? Is this like the same one that we were dealing with at first?
Just keep messing with them, because I think you have to do some in like a specific order. I just don't remember which.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Okay, that gives us the tentacles back. That's good. Ooh, okay, now that's a bone thingy. That's
Okay, that looks like climbable. Oh, but wait, I teleported over here now.
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay, well let me see this.
Okay. I do. Yeah, it looks like you. So when the Sam clones went over to the far right, you could go up and they'd launch you up there, and you could get onto the the thing that the Statue of Liberty was holding. So now it's changed. So yeah, just keep messing with the music. I don't remember like the exact order you're supposed to do it, but it's like there's no like a
Tabula Charlie. Wait, that's the tablet, isn't it?
Tabula Charlie.
Enough, old man.
Okay, that changes the face, and the tablet turns back.
No, we want the skeleton. We want the bone. The tablet changed to bones.
Take 2 tablets, 4 Mind Plague. Let's change this to that.
Had enough, old man?
I got rid of the tentacles though. So just keep messing with it. Eventually you'll find the right combination.
Whoops.
Oh no.
There seems to be some.
Let's try Flaming Crowns again.
Had enough, old man?
Okay.
That opened up the wrong side of the place.
You
Isn't the face the face was changed back, right?
Yeah. That might be what affects the tablet.
Had enough, old man?
Ooh, okay, that's different.
Okay.
All right, we have 3 demonic things.
Yeah, we just need the tablet to change to back to.
No, the tablet's back.
Take that,
Oh, no, yeah,
elder
we got that.
dorks!
You think you're winning? Every time you change the music, you bring your world one step closer to annihilation!
Do you mean Sam, Phoenix? Max is the bunny. Sam is the dog.
All right, so grab Swinging Tentacle.
Hi-ho, tentacles! Away!
Woo!
Fly our way up. Oh, nice.
Max, free me and we'll...
Yeah, first I gotta shoot a dummy with a robot.
Max, don't!
Hey!
Get back into the toy box where you belong, Charlie. You'll never be Junior's favorite.
Looks like the crowds had just about enough of your guff pops. What do you say, everyone? You heard him, Krusty.
Uh-oh.
Please give my instructions to everybody.
Oh no!
Yeah, don't worry, he's okay.
Scene, everyone.
He's a little banged up, but he's okay.
It looks like everything's about to go kablooey. So if you'll excuse me, I'll just ascend into the firmament and get ready to meet the end of the world.
That didn't go well.
What are we gonna do now, Sam? Without my cool psychic toys, I'm as useless as a sprinkler in a squid farm.
Useless? I think not.
Dr. Norrington?
Max, listen. The power is within you.
Sam? What's happening?
I think Norrington's
Aw,
just
here we
unlocked
go.
your total psychic potential.
Cool.
Either that or your head's about to explode. Either way, you should probably aim for the dummy.
Will do.
Godspeed, John Glenn.
Oh, that looks so
He has reached the Avatar state.
Finish this thing. Brano El Brano.
Boss fight!
Alright, I have a couple of different means of doing this, I guess. Where's he at? There's he at. Mind reading?
Trying to read my mind? That's a no-no. Ow!
Okay, he doesn't want that. Very well. I mean, I have the Chthonic Destroyer sitting in my system somewhere. Let me see his future. Why not?
Nope.
Can't seem to do that. Okay. Well, this is... Anything else floating all around here?
Sam's still down there by the piano.
Okie dokie.
What's on his mind?
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, that's horrifying.
Sam's
If I
future
knew
is
about
not
that, I
great.
had not seen that in a long time. Yeah, that's terrifying. Oh, man. That's
Mind
took me
reading?
off guard.
Eternal darkness, eternal darkness.
Eternal darkness when skies are gray.
Now you will be able to pluck images from the minds around you. Use them to defeat Charlie Hotep.
Norrington, honey, darling, you're not dying. You're a little banged up, but you're okay, so quit acting like you're dying.
Okay, very interesting. So can I copy the,
See how you
Turn
like
into
a taste of
eternal
eternal darkness, termite brain. Whoa, that's pretty black.
Hey, that's a neat trick. Let me show you mine. I call it, I'd rather light a candle and curse the darkness. Nigera Sponfa!
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
And now he's a candle.
So,
I could fight dummy
the
with
song
dummy.
you actually have Charlie's power still.
Why not?
I am completely impervious to your psychic powers.
I just thought it'd be
You can't
funny.
really do anything to Charlie directly.
Charlie, it's me, Junior. Let me out.
Nice try, Max, but the horrors of Junior are far too vast to contain in that puny dark dimensional toy box.
Okay. So you got the darkness from Sam, and it was, which was the song. But yeah, keep messing around. Might as well.
Yeah, sure.
Junior despised you, Charlie.
Shut up! Shut up and die, old man!
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
That felt like something, but...
Let me out! I'm the real Charlie Hotep! That guy's an imposter! That's real funny. But everyone knows that I'm the real dummy here.
Yeah, you are.
Anyway.
Okay. So you got the darkness from Sam's mind because he's thinking about the song. You can still switch back to Sam.
I have teleportation powers, and I don't know
Yeah,
why
no,
or
you
how.
don't use that here. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. You can switch back to Sam.
Oh, Jesus. That's right.
If I leave now, I'll miss all the fireworks when Max kicks Charlie's splintered butt. Even though he's nothing more than a germinating protogod, Junior's still pretty terrifying.
Aw, he's so cute though.
So I can mess with the music.
He's a little He's a little Bob. He's a little Bobby boy.
Oh, great. Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head all night.
Okay.
tongues of flame, hear a snark.
I got fire.
Oh. Okay, let me change the music again. Face of Darkness? No, that was Eternal Darkness.
Nah.
Here, let me try this.
Ignaris in mind bled crevice activon.
It's a little bug. Aw.
He's a little bug. He's just a little guy.
Bug. Little guy.
Tabula Charlie?
Yeah, go for it.
Dar Charlie Hotep, Dar Charlie Hotep.
Also, I see a circle on my screen for some reason.
Oh, yeah. That's from the joystick.
From the joystick?
Weird.
I don't have a joystick.
That's weird. A weird bug.
Very strange. Anyway.
Maybe go to the... If you go to the menu, like pause screen or something? That might clear it up.
I don't remember putting a controller on at all.
No, that's... I guess it's just a bug. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
annoying.
probably just a bug. Oh well. I'll live with it.
It's
Anyway,
okay.
so I've got Charlie power, flame power, bug
Charlie,
power.
fire.
I'm very curious about fire.
How about a little fire, Scarecrow?
Ooh, fire! Since resolve us, whatever shall I do?
Oh, I know. What a maroon!
Okay, that didn't work. So clearly it's
Okay, yeah, just keep trying.
darkness.
We did the darkness. He turns into a candle if you do that.
Right, but he stayed a candle. Although, did he stay as an extinguisher too?
Yeah, it seems like he'll stay as whatever you turn into until you do something else.
Okay, the total darkness approach isn't working.
Very well.
Yeah, just try all
I wonder. Okay, I'm very curious about this one. Let's turn into a dummy. Just to really mess
You
with him.
think you can beat yourself? Wait. Let me rephrase that.
What a poltroon! You think I wouldn't have planned for that? Form up the Destroyer!
I am the chronic power robot.
Oh,
Please
great.
fight me.
Ow.
Ouch!
Okay.
Okay, so now he's the destroyer. Kind of want to see like the bug.
Would...
Give us one back!
Okay.
I don't suppose there's anything else that I could possibly do.
So I'll give you a hint. What was Norrington's goal?
Norrington's goal was to. I mean, he's trying to go home, correct?
Yeah, but before that, there's a thing he needs to do before that.
Boy, my brain isn't working right now.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. Honestly.
He was trying to destroy the Devil's Toy Box.
Ah, understood. So in order to do that,
Come to me, Junior! The power
So
of the toy
when you turn into
box
fire, he turns
compels
into an
you.
extinguisher. You turn into the darkness. He turns into a candle. He turns into a needle when you turn into the bug. and when you turn into him, he becomes the Chthonic Destroyer.
That's true. I'm thinking.
Come on, you little glowing
become
punk.
him.
I love the solution, but I don't want to give it away directly.
Right. Let's see.
I just love this entire climax. This is like one of my favorite parts of the whole game.
Your lesson the last
It's not my favorite part. It's just so incredibly clever and cool and epic.
It's a good thing that I was only impersonating something from the Dark Dimension, or I'd be toast right now.
Okay.
Okay, and then. Oh God, I'm trying to remember which one of these things was the one that got his attention to the toy box. Oh yeah, right. Hold on a second. It was ventriloquism, and in Norrington's voice.
Ah, you got it.
Junior despised you, Charlie.
I am the sonic powered robot. Please shut up and die.
Sucker!
Sucker.
Aw, donkey ears.
You're hubris! You're hubris!
Why? This is really cool!
Hey, you're
You've
right.
fallen into you have been hoisted by your own petard, sir.
Don't put me back in the box. I love you.
Jeez, Charlie, have a little dignity.
Why won't you play with me?
'Cause you're a jerk. And my grandbaby deserves better than jerks. We give him nice things.
Everything back to normal. How many Sams were left after that?
Good job, Max.
And our hat was finally reacquired.
Max?
Just a minute, Sam.
Max!
Oh dear.
Buddy?
What? I thought we were doing a thing here.
Max, you're alive.
Yep, that icky demon seed must have broken my fall.
What ridiculous luck.
Says you. I think I swallowed some of that dark dimensional demon yolk. Ugh.
Did it taste like chicken?
No. It was more like,
Not funny,
fuck?
Max.
I wasn't trying to be funny. If I was, I'd say something like, how do you keep an idiot in...
Oh dear.
Oh, I don't feel so good, Sam.
Hang on, little buddy. I'll go get you some soda crackers and lukewarm pork.
This is so cool!
Oh no. Ah, Cthulhu.
Yeah,
Cthulhu,
Max.
thy name is Nax.
Max
Max.
Stulu
Dr. Norrington, you gotta help me with Max. Holy H.P. Lovecraft spinning through the 13 abyssal planes on a propane grill.
Oh my God.
Yup.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, all the Sams are so dead.
Congratulations, my friends. Thanks to your valiant efforts, Sam and Max have eliminated the scourge of the Devil's Toy Box once and for all. But at what cost?
Well, this is new.
When next we meet, the fate of Sam, Max, reality, and perhaps your very sanity will rest in your trembling hands in the concluding chapter of The Devil's Playhouse.
The city that dares not sleep.
Not
Okay, well, I wasn't imagining... I was imagining Cthulhu, but I wasn't imagining Cthulhu coming through Max.
It's Max Lulu.
So,
Max Lulu.
that's different.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, what an ending. Ah.
It almost makes me want to have another, like, 10 chapters. You know what I mean?
I know, right?
It's just like, how do we go? Where do we go from here?
Oh,
It's like we've summoned Cthulhu. Now what?
The next episode is so freaking amazing. It's so good. They stick the landing perfectly. This season really does only get better as it goes on.
I'm just so, like, I'm thinking back to the time when these episodes were coming out, and I don't know what kind of development cycle they had at...
One episode a month.
It was like one episode a month, but, like, I'm just wondering how much work they were doing behind the scenes to make all of this happen, like, once a month.
Well,
Unless, like, they finished up the game and then they released it once a month.
Yeah. So basically the whole game was finished, like I don't remember when the exact month that they released episode 1, but like at that point the game was finished. They just, releasing them in the you just put it's like, okay, before episode 1 is out, we put the finishing touches on episode 1. So then we go on to episode 2, then episode 3. I do remember one of them got delayed by like a week or two because they did run into like some bug or something last minute that they had to fix.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Way back when.
But man, I'm just imagining like somebody watching these as they were happening.
Yeah, I am so sad I did not get that experience because I didn't play the game until the whole thing was out. My friend who got me into Sam and Max, shout out to her. Her name is Sherry. She.
Oh, hey, Stinky's alive.
Sal? Sal?
Oh.
Oh no! Nothing after that. She's just stuck.
No, not yet. Don't worry. You'll find out what happens to Sal next episode. But yeah, I am so sad I did not get that experience because I did not play the game until it was completely finished. My friend Sherry did though, and she's like, yeah, rating, a month between these episodes was insane. And seeing people like, because this is back in the day, where people would like post like theories and stuff on the Telltale forums all about like what was going to happen next.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was so awesome. It sounded so cool, and I'm so sad I didn't get to have that experience. But I did get to have the Gravity Falls as it was experienced at least like a year later. So
yeah,
I guess that kind of made up for it. Because nowadays I'm just like, I feel so bad for people watching Gravity Falls who weren't there and weren't watching it as it was airing, had as much as it sucked to suffer through the hiatuses. It was that time was just so incredible with like people sharing all their theories and trying to figure out the mysteries, and it was really an experience unlike any other.
The only Telltale experience that I had live was obviously the Homestar Runner game. Mostly because I was an absolute massive nerd of that particular game. So and then aside from that, I remember I tried to get into The Walking Dead. I don't know why, but there's just something about the way that game worked that I really wasn't massively a big fan of.
Me too.
I didn't hate it.
Honest.
I didn't hate it. It was just one of those, this isn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. I never bought the game, but it came when I bought a PS Vita back in the day. For those of you who remember the PS Vita, my Vita came with a free digital copy of it. So I'm like, oh, okay, I might as well download it and play it and try it. And I did, and I was like, this is okay.
Yeah,
compared to the other Telltale stuff, it wasn't my cup of tea.
I think I picked up the first chapter via the mobile edition of the very first game for The Walking Dead, and it worked perfectly fine, and it also played perfectly fine. But I just kind of shrugged my hands. It's just been like, I'm just not really gripped with the style of gameplay here, and also the story. Like, I'm sure it got a heck of a lot better over time.
It did, yeah.
I just like.
I believe that it's a shame because I think it just was the story itself that didn't really grab me, because I love visual novels. Like, I genuinely, legitimately love visual novels, which are just Telltale games with even less gameplay. Right. So,
Bill Cipher was originally supposed to be in one episode, and he was green.
Oh
Is that
yeah.
true?
So yeah, Bill was originally not like. So Bill was conceived as a very minor character early on. Sorry, Nova goes into. Sorry, Cecil. Sometimes I still unrebrand myself because I'm stupid. But no. So here's Cecil talks about Gravity Falls for a minute. So early on, Bill Cipher was envisioned as a very minor character. That Alex was like, it would be really funny if we had a creature in the show that like had all the answers but refused to, give anybody the answers, and it would frustrate the heck out of Dipper, and it would a character that was basically like Q from Star Trek: The Next Generation, who just was omniscient and knew everything, but he was a huge jerk about it. It wouldn't help anyone. And that he envisioned that as Bill, and he thought because of the triangle on the dollar bill being green, he's just like, oh, I'll make Bill green. But then he realized, oh, he looks too much like a leaf this way. So people are just going to say he looks like a leaf. So I'll change the color. I'll change it to gold. And and then afterward, it was really funny. He's like, well, I didn't anticipate, you know what, maybe it wouldn't have mattered because they ended up calling him a corn chip. So,
right.
Yeah. And as the series kind of developed, Alex was like, you know what? They kind of they kept him in the back pocket until the end of season 1. And then at the end of season 1, they had the episode, Dreamscapers with him in it. And at that point, they hadn't completely figured out, like, what his role in the future of the series was going to be yet. Like, they knew kind of where the series was going. Like, it was going to end up with eventually, with Ford coming back. And then there was going to be, some like interdimensional force that Ford had a history with, and was going to end up being a problem for all of Gravity Falls, and cause conflict between like him and Stan and all that. But they didn't really have like all the details figured out yet. When they ended up figuring out like, okay, so what's going to tie the series together in the end? We don't really know. We have an idea of like what our antagonist is, but not who it is. And then the more they thought about it, and they're like, you know what, Bill works. The fans love him, and he just kind of makes the most sense as being the guy sort of behind it all, or someone to kind of serve that purpose. And yeah, that's how it happened. Bill was not originally conceived as the final boss, and not even as a villain. He was just going to be like a more of a Q type character who just knew everything and was very annoying about it. But
I suppose after after hearing word that they were only going to be getting, well, actually, hold on a second. Did they get any sort of confirmation about whether or not they were getting a season 3?
So Disney basically said to Alex, "You can make the show as long as you want. We really love it. It's doing Disney was just like in full support of him all the way, which was except for the S&P stuff, but that's another story. In terms of the show itself and his like general vision of it, they were in support, and they wanted him to in there's like what do you want do you want if you want to if you want to do 3 seasons, if you want to do more than that, or if you just what do you want to do here? And he just said you know what, I think I just want to end it with season 2.
Right. So this was more of just
story, yeah. Because he's like,
I feel like the decision to make the idea to make Bill Cipher the main big bad was probably a decision out of necessity, and kind of like the realizing just I'm kind of tired and I'd like to finish things off, and and
they just said he just worked. It was like they didn't originally plan for him to be in that role, but the more that things kind of panned out, he's like, you know what, Bill just that role the best, so that's what we're gonna do. And I think I do. I'm a little. You can kind of tell in season 1 with Dreamscapers, season 1 Bill is kind of a different beast from season 2 Bill, because season 1 Bill is way more obviously clearly not. He can be an antagonist, but he isn't by default. He's just clearly got his own stuff going on, and you don't really know what's going on with him, but he's not necessarily maybe a real enemy. And then they kind of curveball away from that in season 2. He's like, no, he's a bad guy.
And I remember Q in Star Trek isn't necessarily a villain.
Yeah,
he's just
exactly
a complete asshole.
Yeah, so I admit to this day I'm still a little disappointed about that, because that wasn't the original vision for Bill, but I'm not opposed to things developing over the course of the series. Like that's just how create stories and being creative works. Is sometimes you just sometimes things will go that way. But it did always make me a little bit, man, I kind of was my money from like the very beginning, like back when the Bills first appeared, my money was like, okay, by the end of the series, Bill's going to end up being helpful. Bill's going to turn it around and actually end up being helpful and end up helping the Pines family, against whatever the actually. And I was completely wrong about that.
Nope.
And
Phoenix is saying I want a spin-off of Bill Cipher. I think the closest you're gonna get is the Book of Bill.
Wasn't that what Book of Bill was?
Yeah, that's about as close as you're gonna get is the Book of Bill.
Was. Yeah. But that did at least fuel the premise for the Gravity Falls fan game that I made, which the entire idea behind that was like, it's after the series. There's a new there's a new problem that the Pines family and the people of Gravity Falls have to face, and this problem, and it's like a Portal 2 type of situation where there's how Wheatley gets put in charge, and then Michelle and GLaDOS have to team up to stop them. So it would involve now Bill and the Pines family have to put aside their differences and work together to stop the new antagonist, which was because that's what I was hoping for in the original series, and it just never happened. So I still wanted to see that, so that's why I made Pines Quest 2D.
Like you looked at what Gravity Falls was cooking, and you're like, all right, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't love villain Bill. Obviously, cartoon villains are my whole thing. But I kind of wanted to see him in a GLaDOS type of situation, GLaDOS and Shell against Wheatley type of situation, because I thought that'd be really interesting.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it sounds pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
plus
boy!
To learn more about his whole story and everything, which we did get out of the Book of Bill, which so I haven't talked about this much because I've just been so busy with other stuff, and I had been having health problems and life getting in the way, and I'm literally getting surgery in a week. But yeah. I have a project in the works that'll move forward at some point where I'm basically rewriting the whole story of Pines Quest 2D to kind of line it up with the canon of the Book of Bill, and it's going to be a web novel, and it's so much better. It's a huge improvement over the original story.
Neat.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I've never heard of the concept of a web novel, but it makes total sense.
Yeah, it'll go more into Bill's history and from his now we actually know a little bit more about the world he came from, Euclidia. And because the whole premise was it's somebody from Bill's past who has unfinished business with him. And they want to, and so they, cause a problem for everybody in Gravity Falls, and then then Bill has to go with them and work things out with them. Kind of, it has a lot of intentional direct parallels to Stan and Ford, and how Stan and Ford used to be really close, and then stuff happened and their relationship got real messy, and they need to work things out. So that's a lot of that between Bill and this new character that I came up with to kind of make this story happen. And I'm sorry, I don't want the stream to just become me gushing about stupid Gravity Falls fan projects. So
it's intriguing. I don't know a heck of a lot about Gravity Falls personally. I'm sorry.
Please keep watching it.
I need to. It's just I've been really busy with IRL related stuff, and also I don't know. The state of the world. You know how things are.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Thank you for this stream tonight, though, and letting me, because I really did need it. This week has been one of the worst weeks of mine in recent memory. If you'll allow me to talk about that too.
I mean,
I do want to ask.
I don't want you to go into too much detail about anything.
No, it's actually something I want to talk about because I could use a favor from you or anybody else who's still watching. In my VTuber activities, one thing that I do have done past several years now, since 2020 actually, it's been 5 years already, I do content creation for a game called Shadowverse, and it just this Tuesday came out with a sequel called Shadowverse Worlds Beyond. That game is currently in a terrible state. The launch was a disaster. And it's
So
not
I saw your status online,
Mhm.
and you said it was Shadover, and I was just
Yeah.
like, oh no, what does that mean?
Yeah. So the thing is, because it's not because the game is bad. The game itself is actually amazing. Presentation's fantastic. The new cards and decks are really fun to play. It's everything we hoped it would be, but the monetization is ass. We don't know what happened. We don't know if this, because it's really uncharacteristic for this company. The company that makes it, Games, their games they make mobile and gotcha games, but they've always been some of the most like consumer friendly in that genre. None of their games you ever felt pressured to spend money. They were always very free to play friendly, and you could just play the games and completely enjoy them without having to spend any money unless you wanted to. And that was always something I really loved and admired about games. But the way they've monetized this new game, Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, it's so greedy, and they've just screwed over the free-to-play players so badly. It's the complete antithesis of the first game, which I never spent money on for cards. I only ever bought cosmetics. I was a very competitive player, and I never, had to buy cards directly. You could just get everything you needed for, really good decks to play in tournaments, just by playing the game on a regular. And they've I don't know if it was pressure from investors or some executive demands at the last minute. The game is in state right now, and I would really appreciate it, especially since the game is free. You don't have to buy anything to go and leave a. If you could go, because at one point, I think it was a couple of days ago, the game was the second lowest rated on Steam.
Oh darn.
Yeah, because of the backlash was so severe. It's still currently in the top 10 worst rated games on Steam. The mobile platform stores aren't doing much better either. I think Android is like a 1.8 and iOS store is like a 2.3 or something. So we really got to keep and the company still hasn't responded or said anything if they've acknowledged the backlash or if they're going to fix anything. So we really got to keep the pressure on. Because the one good thing is, in the past, Cygames has responded to player concerns and feedback and actually made changes to the game based on concerns that people had. A couple of years ago, there was an anniversary event in the Shadowverse that was kind of a disaster. It had a lot of there's a lot of communication problems between the and some events that were messed up, and people weren't happy, and we sent in a lot of complaints and to do better in the future, and they actually did. There was significant notable improvements made after that, so they have listened before. We can only hope that they'll listen again, but we've got to keep the pressure on. Send in a review. Let them know if you.
I mean, sending in reviews and stuff, it's a double-edged sword because on the one hand, that can send a message to the higher-ups that there's something wrong and they need to fix it. On the other hand, if this is I know Cygames covers a lot of different types of games out there, and I'm also aware of the fact that right now, economy-wise, there are a lot of companies who are trying to nickel and dime as much as possible to try and keep their stocks afloat. And thanks to this, it has caused a lot of really terrible decisions to fall down the pipeline. And for all we know, they may juggle it and go, you know what? The effort isn't worth the squeeze. Shadowverse 2 might end up being thrown in the dustbin before it's given an improvement. And that could be a terrible situation too.
I don't think that would be the absolute worst case scenario, and I genuinely don't think it's going to happen, because what happened was this game, the Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, was actually delayed by about a year because the game was originally announced in December 2023 and was supposed to come out summer 2020. Around, I think it was May 2024, they announced the game would be delayed by about a year until spring 2025, and eventually it came out this week, June 16th, or 17th. I think it was technically 17th. Because the first game also came out on the 17th, so they're just trying to be cute about it. But it was delayed a year, and they specifically said we delayed it because we were happy with the quality of the game, and so...
Okay, wow.
I really do think that wouldn't have happened if Cygames had just been like, okay, we're just going to push this out and monetize it to hell and back as a cash grab to try and squeeze as much money out of it, kill it. I don't think that was good. That would have happened if they were if that was the plan. They would have just released.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think what's happened, because this is so uncharacteristic for this company. This is not. We are so blind. The reason why the backlash has been severe is because it blindsided everyone so badly. They've never done anything like this in any of their games, so that's why people have just. There's some people have been like, oh, you're blowing it out of proportion. It's not that bad. It's that bad when a company that normally had really good practices and consumer friendly systems in their games suddenly does something like this. This sets a very, very bad precedent, and I don't think we can let it slide to any degree. Or the company is just going to continue going down, and it's not going to be good for the future of the games.
I'm trying to think of a good equivalent. I mean, it'd basically be like if Nintendo came out tomorrow with a video game that was strictly all microtransactions. Nintendo ain't exactly great when it comes to what's a good way to put this? They they dip their hands into the scumbag bucket every now and then, but they don't go full blown scumbag. And this would be like if they went full scumbag.
Mario Kart. I mean, making Mario Kart World $80 was kind of scummy, but the industry was kind of moving in that direction anyway. There'd been talk about increasing game prices, so I'm not super surprised that happened. It sucks that it did, but at least that we kind of saw it, as sad as it is to say. With what happened with Shadowverse World Beyond, this was completely out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope for the best for that entire situation.
Thank you.
Man.
If anyone wants to help and wants to look more into the situation, you can go in. I left and ask details.
Your mic is cutting out a little bit. I think Discord might be getting a little stinky.
Maybe, but yeah. Also just the reviews themselves that address most of the problems. I may even make a video about it, but I'm hoping by Tuesday, sometime on Tuesday, the company will say something. Even if it's just, they don't announce what the plans are to fix this yet, just something to acknowledge that people are unhappy. Because I'm not spending money. It sucks because I wanted to spend money on the game. I did. I wanted to buy the Battle Pass right away because I have bought every Battle Pass in the original Shadowverse. That's 5 years worth of them. They have 4 Battle Passes a year, or one every 3 months, and I bought every single one for the past 5 years. That's how much I love the game. And how much I felt like, no, I don't need to spend this money, but I'm going to because it gets me a thing that I want, and this is a good game that I want to support. So I was all prepped up to, and I was all ready to buy the Battle Pass in the new game. I was ready to buy new cosmetics that they had in the shop. But the launch state and the current state of the in-game economy is so bad. I can't bring myself to do it. I'm not gonna spend money and support this until they acknowledge that they hear the concerns and they're gonna take some steps to make things better.
I'm just imagining the scenario now of going to your favorite restaurant and buying the steak, and then somebody comes out with a somebody comes out with a tray of what's that one really terrible brand?
I don't know.
Not Lean Cuisine. I'm trying to remember. They're known for making terrible Salisbury steaks, except they're frozen dinner meals and stuff like that.
Omaha Steaks, maybe I see ads for that on TV.
Actually, Omaha Steak isn't bad.
Good to know.
Omaha Steak actually has some pretty decent quality behind them. I have had Omaha Steak before, pretty good. No, I was thinking about freezer section food. So you go to your favorite place, you buy steak, they give you a really disgusting Salisbury steak that has the grill lines printed on one of those. And then
they're just a 5-star restaurant and they give you a TV dinner.
Yeah, exactly. And then they're just you're paid by the minute. That's what that kind of feels like, and that's
Mhm.
scumbaggish as hell.
It's very scummy. It really did feel to me like I felt this week. I felt like my like a spouse of mine of the last 5 years had cheated on me. That's like legit what it felt like.
Yeah, I could see that. Ugh.
It's
I'm trying to
been
think
bad.
of whether have I
bad.
ever run into a situation like this where I felt like betrayed that hardcore by like a particular company or a particular brand. 'Cause I'm sure I have. I'm just not remembering it very clearly.
Mhm. The
Um,
closest thing to this happened, you know what? And tying it back to Sam and Max, the closest this I felt I was getting flashbacks of, when Telltale started to go down the drain.
I was gonna make the comparison between Telltale, but I feel like for them it was less of a sharp decline and it was more of a
Yeah.
like a very like subtle curve.
It was a slow downhill because like basically once The Walking Dead took off and went and helped them go mainstream, that's when everything just going out there because they kept basically just making more games in that style and then
Now I am
and that's
all about saving money and and reusing engines. For example, let's go back to Nintendo again. Apparently, they have used basically the exact same game engine for like the longest time for many, many of their projects. I think the same game engine was used for like Mario Odyssey, I think Breath of the Wild, and like I'm fairly certain the Donkey Kong game that is coming out is just a variation of the exact same engine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're reusing these tools that they have constantly, but it's a difference between like, you can use a tool absolutely, but you use a tool for a specific purpose. You don't constantly use a hammer for every single tool. And it just feels like Telltale kept on reaching for that hammer. They're just like, ooh, hammer, good. Let's use hammer to make our game. It's just be like, no. Sometimes you need to use like a set of nails and some screwdrivers, man.
basically, yeah. So
Like you gotta vary some stuff up with your building and construction.
Basically just every game they made after Walking Dead was just the same game with a different, franchise coat of paint. Everything was just Walking Dead again, but like with Batman or with Borderlands.
Which is a shame because a few of those games were actually like well renowned.
Oh yeah, Wolf people are still like coping for the Wolf S too, because that was announced before Telltale got shut down, and then they got down, so the fate of that game kind of became ambiguous.
Well, wasn't there an announcement that another company picked up the Wolf Among Us?
Yeah, another company was gonna take it over, but I haven't heard anything about that in years.
Right. I heard one announcement about that, and then it just kind of like fell off.
It probably just fizzled out, sadly.
That's
It's a shame. Yeah.
Well, I'm thankful that we have people like Skumkape that are
Yep.
coming in and doing some really great work to not only like, re-release these games, but also revitalize them in a lot of very significant ways.
And yeah, we're doing stuff like releasing the soundtrack for the game that they planned to release back in 2010, but never did because Telltale was like, nah, we're not doing. It's like, what are you talking about? We're not doing soundtracks anymore. We had a whole soundtrack planned for this. We were gonna have like a special bonus disc inside the package that had all these weird Dark Dimension sounds. And like, they're like, nope, we're not doing that. And so it didn't get, and they even like recorded special lines, dialogue. There's like narrator dialogue soundtrack. It was wild because back in the day, I data mined this game, the original version, and I found all this. Listen in the. What is this? What is this for? And it turns out 15 years later,
Yeah, the Discord call is definitely shitting on us right now.
that sucks.
I'm fairly certain it's because we've been in this call for a long time.
Yeah, I'm just babbling at this point anyway about my hype.
Yeah, how about we let's transition over to the end screen.
Yeah.
Just
Thank you for letting me do that, though. I needed it after.
Oh, heck yeah. Absolutely. Anyways, so, stream schedule, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, all of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Next week, we're going to be seeing the harrowing conclusion of The Devil's Playhouse, which, holy freaking crap. I'm so looking forward to seeing, gigantic skyscraper style, like, Sam Thulu. Actually, no, Max Sulu.
Max
just
Sulu,
walking around.
Max Sulu Futagen. Yeah.
Holy freaking crap. And then I got some other games that I currently have lined up. I am playing Deltarune Chapter 4 on Saturday. And I am so far enjoying myself with that one. I haven't gotten very far though, so we will see how many streams I get out of that one. I'm not sure. And then, because I am such a super uber freaking nerd, the next stream we're doing this Wednesday, I'm going to be playing PC Building Simulator 2, which I've never played before. What was that? I think you were trying to say something?
No. I was going to say good luck. But if there's anybody who can... I don't think you need a simulator for a thing you can do in real life, because you have built PCs in life.
It's less about learning about PCs for me, and it's more like, you know, it's really chill and fun and cool to be able to work with a bunch of hardware that you could never use ever, because it's all way too expensive.
True. Glad you could join us, Phoenix. I'm glad you were here.
Yeah, thank you very much, Phoenix. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks everybody who popped out here to say hello or to hang out for a little while. It was fun.
For sure. Thank you for coming in here to listen to ramble about Pac-Man and Shadowverse and Gravity Falls, and my dearest Dr. Norrington, Yogg-Sothoth.
Yogg-Sothoth. I was expecting Yogg-Sothoth would look very, very different.
What do you mean?
I was expecting a tall man in a suit or something.
Well, I've had this for years, but like my friend Cherry, we had like a continuation of, after, like what happened. And we like to think that eventually, Norrington are able to split back up, that at least they are able to like get their own bodies, and like how Dr.
Boy, yeah, the Discord really doesn't like you right now.
It's the head, it's the Cthulhu head on just a handsome man body.
Yeah. You're breaking up! Wake up!
Sorry, no.
That's unfortunate. I think we should probably just finish things up, because clearly the internet is done with our business.
The internet is done with me simping over
Cthulhu. Alrighty, that'll do it for the stream. Thanks for coming out, everybody. See you next time. And see you later, Z-Sil. This was fun.
See you next week. It was fun. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.